And we are officially live. John Company 2nd edition, taught by Cole Wehrle himself. So,
hello.
Yeah. I'll just let you take it away. I still don't have a good script for starting videos.
Okay, you guys don't have like a fancy production bumper or anything?
No, I'm terrible at this.
The script for starting our videos is Guerric saying, I'm sorry guys, I don't really know what to say at the beginning of our videos.
Starting script, which is usually like, oh, did you remember to tweet it? Should we tweet it now? We're getting ready.
Does everybody sound okay?
I'll limit my anecdotes because I want to get to the teach. But we're preparing our fan celebration at Leader with all of like the video showcase for all the root stuff. And I told our graphic designer that it's like my streamer piano recital, that I've been like slowly getting better, and I will never have to do something this complicated or this nerve-wracking again. All right, so I know that most of you have played the first edition. Is there anyone who have? Okay, you all have. That's great. Well, it's not going to help you that much. So all that prep that you did.
Who was that insisted that we do that?
That was me.
Drew?
That was Guerric.
It helps in some ways, and I think I'm hoping that it will help you appreciate the work of the last 2 years. So what I'm going to do, this game has a kind of a weird hard teach. And I'm going to say like two things before I start. One thing is that my audio, because I'm at home, will cut out mysteriously for like 30 seconds at a time every once in a while. So if I disappear in the middle of a sentence, I'll be back. Don't worry. And someday maybe that will be fixed, but it's not fixed now. The second thing is that when the Kickstarter launches, I will do like, not a real stream, because this is a real stream, but I will do like a stream with more finalized graphics and a mod. We're getting ready to start working on like the real TTS mod. This is the garbage mod that I built. And so, you're going to see graphics that aren't very pretty. And the map is actually somewhat close to final, but there are many things here are like going to look a little playtesty. And I promise it'll be prettier. And so I need folks to know that before I really get in very deep. Okay, so this is John Company. And what is John Company all about? John Company is about this thing called the British East India Company, which was a state-sponsored monopoly that facilitated trade between the Indian subcontinent right here and England and other parts of the world and other parts of Asia even. And what you're trying to do is every player is playing a family. They have this little family board right here. Families are composed of family members, these little discs. And the family members are going to seek their fame and fortune within the company. The general progression might look something like this. They could start as a little writer. Writers will go off and hold little posts where they will make a little bit of money. The writer might someday get promoted to be, the director of military affairs, and then someday grow to become the director of trade, and then retire at a ripe old age and land on one of these estates, these prizes. This is what it's all about. This is how you get the vast majority of your victory points. So every prize has a few things that you need to know about it. It has a cost, which is in the top left. That money is paid to the bank. It has in the bottom right an amount of victory points. And unlike the first edition, there's a track to help you know who's winning. This track goes on forever. You can copy or stack when you get back beyond 20. Although you may not even get beyond 10 points. The lowest winning score I've seen is like 1 or 2. So that also happens. And then finally, this is a pesky thing. These estates that you score will incur some expenses. You've got to pay the butlers. And so every turn you have to pay for each one of your folks on one of these prizes, and you pay the amount listed on the prize. Okay. And hopefully that kind of makes sense. It's just a big overview. Now, John Company is both the easiest game I've made to teach and the hardest. It's the easiest because it holds your hand. If you don't know what to do, just do the phase and move to the next phase. So unlike Oath, where you feel like you're in like a rowboat in the middle of a sea, this game will actually kind of like tug you along. And how it does that is through this procedure. So turns have this 10-step format where we're going to go through all these phases. And then these phases on the bottom are the resolving the actions of the company. And these phases up top kind of like clean up the end of the turn. And then we end with a vote, which we'll talk about. The last thing that you need to know before we get really into this is that John Company is a business game, but it's a business game where all the players control it collectively. And usually you need a friend to help you do anything. And in order to grease people's palms, you can trade pretty much anything. Pretty much anything. You can trade for starters money. You can certainly give other players money. You could also trade them, if you had bought a nice manor, you could buy it from somebody. You could force them to sell it if they need maybe money to pay off a debtor. Basically anything you have, you can trade. And you can also trade things you don't have. And you do that by using these little promissory notes. If you've played Twilight Imperium, you'll be sort of familiar with how they work. Basically, if I need some money, I could give you this promise, and it says, at some later time, when I have $2 or less, you can take that money from me because I've guaranteed it. And you could do this right at the moment when I'm about to free myself from debt and ruin my family. If you've read Little Dora, you know all about creditors. And there's a lot of that sort of nonsense here. Now, one of my favorite things about this game is, let's say, for instance, that I trade this to Hastings. Hastings can later think that this wasn't a very good trade, but could trade it to another player. So not only can you trade, the things you own, you can trade anything that anyone's ever given you. There are a few rules. Basically, as I saw Guerric noted this in the chat. If something's a binding promise, it has to happen. You have to carry it through. But any future promise is non-binding, although generally you should keep your word in this game. Okay, can you trade people and riders? Great question. Sort of. So you can't trade office holders or people who have started their careers. But if you have a child and you can't provide for that child, you can give that child to another player as a ward, in which case you put your child in the supply and they take a child of their own color. So you can pawn off your children. If you don't think you can provide for them, it's the responsible thing to do. Okay, so that is pretty much all I want to say at the start. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to press the magic button that sets up the game. Now, a bunch of stuff just flew onto the map, and we're not going to worry about it too much until we get to the event phase. And so what I want to do is we are going to do the 1710 scenario. So the game, if it seems like I'm having these random digressions, it's because I'm responding to comments. The 1710 scenario is the recommended intro scenario. It isn't like a tutorial mode. It's just the thing that happened chronologically first. So there's plenty of game here. Okay, so we have 5 players. We're going to play the 1710. And I'm going to just underline something I said previously because I know we have a little more viewers now. We'll be doing a more fulsome teaching video later with more final graphics and stuff in the coming weeks. Drew and I have to write a Kickstarter page first before we have fun.
Oh, this is a cold dropout.
He'll come
Uh-oh.
back.
30
Don't
seconds
worry, he's coming back. He'll come back.
The 30-second cutout is happening.
We need the
What do we do?
we need the
What do I do
countdown
with my
timer.
hands?
You wait. Am I back?
Hey, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, my goodness. I promise.
You're back.
I really wish I knew what was up. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this teach, because we're going to start teaching right now, only at 8:20, is we're just going to start playing, and I will explain things as we hit them, and we're going to kind of feel in the darkness, and by the end of the first turn, we're good. Second turn, I will hardly explain anything. You guys will probably know how it all works, and then I'll probably go take care of my daughter, who you might hear crying, mewing in the distance. Okay, so we're playing the 1710 scenario. So what we do is we go over here to these setup cards, and we grab any of the cards that say 1710, which are these 2 stacks. And then the rest of the cards can just go hang out here. We don't need them. Then we look at this little chart, and we see that in the 1710 scenario, we need to add 3 cards. So from the extra setup cards. So I shuffle this, and I go 1, 2, 3, and I have built our setup deck. Now, what I would like to do is for everybody to draw, let's see, we have 15. Everybody draws 3 cards from that deck. Okay. Now, these cards you can go ahead and just put out in front of you, and they will tell you what your starting position is. Now, once people know how to play the game, you can draft these cards, and it's a little bit more like the old setup where you can be strategic in it. But this is just a random flop that will get you most of the way there. So, for instance, I'll just walk through. I keep thinking I have camera control for the stream, but for a card, every card has a list of things that it gives you and an amount of money. Your starting treasury is the total of all of the coins listed on the card. So, for example, the Walsh family here, green, they don't start with any money.
I was going to say, I feel very poor, but look at all of these presidencies.
Look at that power.
My palms will be greased.
All right. So as you are taking offices, if you put a person in an office spot, you should also take the corresponding office card. So, for example, here's the president of Bombay. Here's the president of Bengal office card. Now, these office cards are new. Basically, they're little helper cards. They tell you what your office does, so you don't have to try to decipher a weird, badly made icon. If you have a share, it goes in the court of directors, a little share box. If you have shipyards, you will take them from this deck. So, you just go ahead and take them from the deck, and then you also have to take the matching ship, and I'll go ahead and grab the matching ship here. So these shipyards start in the South and East Indian, so we'll put the Britannia there and the Constant Friend over here. And then this ship, there should be 1 ship in each and 1 on that. That looks correct. So
this one says it's unfitted, right?
Yep. So you're good. It stays right on the card. Okay, and then after you have, so that this looks all correct, you should have a writer, and good. You've got a writer in Bengal. You're good. Okay. So after you're done, the writers are just in your supply, just family members, and then they sit in this little writer box.
Oh, okay. Because I have one in Madras.
Yep. And if you have a commander, the commanders go right here.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
What is the ship that begins with O named?
Oberdin.
Oh, you did it!
Yes.
I'm so excited. Can I dig for the O ship? Do I have to go with?
I don't know. I didn't know that you
Britannia.
actually did do that.
I did do it. I had to. I mean, it's the Flashman of John Company, I think.
Love it. I love it. All right, carry on. Sorry.
Okay, no,
unnecessarily distracting.
No, I think that was perfectly necessary. Okay,
Real quick.
So we are now. Yes.
I need to take a secret prestige card and a prime minister. Yep, I wanted to make
Okay,
sure that...
there's your secret prestige card. Only you can look at it. Keep it face down.
There's the prime minister.
And there's your prime minister. And then I have to take all of these and shuffle them, and then we're going to deal them out into a little display. We'll talk about later.
One of my cards says director of trade and a writer in each.
So a writer in each of the 3 presidencies. So you'll put 3 writers out, and then you'll have a director of trade. There he is, your director of trade. Yep, and you get a writer in each.
I am a young fledgling.
Yep, you're old and young. Okay, and there I gave you your manor. And you have a writer in Madras and the commander of Madras. So you should have a second writer in Madras right here. Yep, just in that center one. Okay. All right, so all the setup cards can just kind of hang out over here. We don't really need them anymore. Does anyone have any other setup questions?
I'm so excited. Thank you very much, Cole.
All right, good. We are all set. All right. So what I'm going to do then is we are just going to go through the turn order, and I'm going to kind of describe what you can do, and then I'm going to let you do what you'd like. I should say one thing. I know that everyone on stream knows this, but I'll say it to the chat. This game can end two ways. It can end if we get to the fifth turn, or it can end if the company collapses. And the company collapses if it's standing, wobbles down here to the leftmost spot, or if its debt increases to the rightmost. So either one of those things triggers the end of an early, premature end of the game. Now, when that happens, it's not everybody lose. It's the people with victory points win. One big temptation players have to manage is the temptation to score a lot and then try to stop the game from continuing versus being a little more conservative. All right, so let's get to it. So the first phase of every turn is the London season, which we skip on the first turn. So we're not going to worry about it. I'll talk about it last. Then we go to the family phase. Now, everybody is going to gain one child and just put them right on their little children, the children section of their family board. You'll note that it says on that second slot, it says on 5 and 6, you get a second child on turn 2 and turn 6. So on the second turn of the game, you will get an additional child. But you don't need to worry about that now. Okay, so now we all have our child. Now, this child is essentially, you're going to be spending that child to take a family action. So the way the family phase works is one player is the chairman. That's Hastings, blue over here. So Lily, you're the chairman. And you have some options for this child of yours. You can enlist her. There are 3 spots to enlist. You can enlist as a writer, in which case you can drop the piece off to any of these 3 presidencies. Or you can enlist in the army, in which case you go to the officers and training box. So that's the very first thing you can do. You could also seek a share. Now, the way this works is you can pay the value listed on the stock exchange to go try to buy a new share of the company. Now, this little track, you could buy any one of these. If you wanted to, you could spend 3. We'll talk about how the track works in a little bit, but basically, the shares are bought from the topmost share to the lowest one. Currently, there are no shares for sale, but there might be some in the future. So, like, you could place here and kind of speculate a little bit. And again, we'll talk more about how shares work in a little bit. And then the last thing you can do is you can buy a deed. Now, there are 3 deeds. You can buy a deed to a shipyard. We have the Eliza up here. It costs 3. Manors cost 6, and you gain $2 for. And factories have a variable cost that depends on how well they're doing. Right at the start of the game, factories are going to start as 3. Okay, so those are the things that you can do. You basically get one of those things. When you buy a deed, your child goes back to your supply, and you take the card.
I think I'm gonna just put in a writer.
Okay, excellent. And blue, you should have some starting capital. You should have 4.
4? Okay.
Yep. Okay, go ahead. Oh, there is no yellow. I'm going to delete yellow so we don't get confused. Okay, so now we go to orange. So this just proceeds clockwise.
I think I don't need any more writers. It seems like maybe the shipyard would be the best option.
All right, that will cost
so child goes back to the supply, cost me 3.
And then when you buy a new shipyard, you put the matching ship on top of it. And what this means is that you own the ship, but the ship is unfitted. So a big expense in these ships was like getting new sails, provisioning it, etc. And so right now, this is kind of an unprovisioned ship, an unfitted ship.
Sure.
Okay, and then we go on to Matthew.
Is so tempting. Do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. I'm send my kid to the stock exchange.
Okay.
All right.
Nick, trying to get me to say Portobello on stream. There you go. I'm going to. I also like the idea of getting a share, so I'm going to spend all 3.
And been playing too many train games lately, Guerric.
That's true. 1836 just arrived today. I'm very excited.
Well, I am broke as a joke, so I think I'm going to.
I recommend officers if you're broke.
I was gonna say, so are officers similar to one
Yes.
in that they're very lucrative, but also kind of like
They're a little dangerous. They hurt the company.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, so basically, like if you have no money, writers help the company, officers hurt the company. And if you have some money, shipyards help the company, factories are a hedge against it.
Cool. Okay, makes sense.
Okay, so that is the end of the family phase. Now, if the company had lost its monopoly and we were running private firms, we would now resolve our private firms, but we do not have to worry about that. So we go on to stock buys. Now, the way stock buys work is if the company has debt, it converts 1-to-1 into shares. So if the company had like a debt here, it would get thrown away and then this would be promoted into the share. The company doesn't have any debt. And if the company has no debt, if there was a $5 shareholder, it would automatically become a share, but that there isn't a $5 shareholder. So then the last step is all of the shares appreciate in value. And so we just slide everything to the top of the track like this. And so next turn, if the company has debt, this will be converted into a share. Even if the company has no debt, this will certainly be converted into a share. This will only be converted into a share if there's 2 debt in the company. Okay, and that's the stock buy. Now we do the hiring phase. And any vacant offices, so you'll note that your cards are 2-sided. And so if an office is vacated, you just stack it on the vacated offices box, and we resolve these in sequential order from 1 to whatever the highest number is. And they have all the instructions for hiring on the card. We won't worry about hiring now because all the offices are full, and we move on to the chairman. All right, now Lily has an important job. She's responsible for money. She controls where all the money goes in this company at the start. So the way this works is and I will try to minimize my references to the first edition just so it's not too confusing. But basically in the first edition, but I'm going to make an exception here. In the first edition, you could take debt kind of any time to help an office that had just screwed up. And that's not true here. What is true is that Lily can take out any amount of debt. She could fill this track if she wanted to, as long as she has consent from at least half of the court. So Lily, for instance, could say, I'd like to take out 3 debt, and she has 1 share. There are 6 shares total, so she needs 3. If she gets pink to agree with her, she's good. Or if she gets green to agree with her, she's good. White will not be enough. I'm afraid.
So she doesn't need a majority. She just needs half.
She just needs half. She kind of like has the tiebreaker.
Got it. Oh, that makes sense.
And John Company is a partial cap game, especially in the private firm game. Okay, so I would recommend, Lily, I'd say like you could do 1 debt or 2.
Okay.
You could also do none because there is enough money hanging out in the company at the start that you'll probably be okay, and it will stop Matthew from getting into the court,
which is a good idea.
That's true. Yeah.
Why is that a good idea? Really, you should take 2.
Now, if somebody wants money, they could make a deal with Lily, and if so, because like for instance, let's say Green really wants like $10 or $15 to be just dumped in the Bengal presidency. That's something that could be worked out if the right bribe were in place. Someone asked about the board and poker chips. Yes, there will be room for a standard sized poker chip, the bigger one that you can use. A standard sized poker chip is like this big. So we did make sure that it will be big enough. Okay.
Probably not gonna take any debt right now.
Okay, cool. So
what
no
if I
debt.
offered you? What if I offered you something, Lily?
Oh, this is tempting. Offer.
What if I offered you £2 at some point?
No, that doesn't feel.
No.
Worth it, but it doesn't feel worth it.
It
Okay.
could be
all right.
£2 at his worst point. You could bankrupt him.
You get to take his last $2.
It's okay. The offer's over.
Yeah. There are no sweeter dollars than the final $2. Okay, so now Lily has to allocate capital, and she can allocate she can allocate any amount of capital from the company's current balance, of which there is 5 right now. You may hold up to 5 though for use as your special envoy. So I will talk about the special envoy, but before that, let me just say that when you allocate capital, you basically just lower this track, and then you adjust the treasuries as needed. When you are allocating, you can allocate to any of the 3 presidencies or to the shipping office. Now, what's with this special envoy? The special envoy is a special action. So after you've allocated your funds, anything that's left in the company balance has to be used for the special envoy. The special envoy can do 2 things. It can open up the envoy to China. It can open up trade in China. Let's not worry about that right now. Or it can open an order in India. So keen-eyed observers will note that there's now a giant map of India on the board. And all of the things all of the things that used to be on order cards are now on this. So these white circles with numbers on them are the orders. And so if this order is filled, it will generate £4 for the company. Now, some of these orders are covered by black tokens, which means they're closed. They're just not interested in trading. The chairman can use the special envoy to remove one closed order from anywhere in India. Now, to do that, every dollar you spend on your special envoy is a die. And this actually introduces everyone to the way dice work in John Company, which is exactly the same as the first edition. So you will purchase a number of dice. Each die is $1. You will roll the dice, and you only use the lowest result. If the result is a 1 or 2, you're successful. If it's a 3 or 4, you're not successful. If it's a 5 or 6, you fail so badly that you lose your job immediately. And that's true
to me before.
Yep, that is true even of the chairman.
Is there any places that it makes sense to invest money into?
So you are in these 2 presidencies. I think this one. So like, I don't know. I don't want to get into current John Company playtest or meta, but like this order is a good one to open. It also might be worth dumping the $5 in the shipping office.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff that the shipping office can spend its money on.
Oh,
so you have to choose between where you're going to send the money and if you want to save some to do an envoy.
So half the group knows this, but when it comes to rolling dice, I'm very good at being unlucky.
I feel like the shipping office makes some sense.
Or
I think
we can test your luck.
Let's not.
Nothing wrong with more boats.
I definitely want to put some money into the shipping office because the boat is 3 and it currently only has enough for 1. What? Oh, gosh, it's hard knowing what.
So Cole, when the company purchases a shipyard, they pay 3, and then do they also have to pay again?
They also have to pay again.
So basically, it costs 6. Effectively,
it costs 6 for the company to buy its own ship. If it buys it from a player, it only costs 3.
Oh, okay. So realistically, there's no. Oh no, there's 2 ships that have not been outfitted over here. So there's 2 ships that could be bought from players.
You can also lease ships now, can't you?
Yeah. So there are. We'll get to that when we get to the old shipping office. Lou, would you like me to make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Okay, so it's funny. Usually when I do demos, I just tell people that I'm going to play them like the little marionettes for the first round, and then I'll be quiet just because it's hard to know. And I'm going to try not to do that. So what I would suggest, we got no debt. We should probably give $1 to shipping. Bloop. And I think you should save the bottom 4 and roll 4 dice to open up that.
All right.
You got this, Lily. It definitely won't be a catastrophic failure.
Definitely it won't be a catastrophic failure.
I've rolled 4 dice and got.
Sometimes I feel like the TTS algorithm is a little funny.
See?
Oh, look at that. We're okay. So then this little black token is removed, and we've kind of opened up this little trade corridor. All right, now we move to the director of trade. Now, for folks thinking like, oh my gosh, that sounds quite complicated. The chairman, in some respects, is like the most complicated role because you have to kind of know how everything works. For the director of trade, the director of trade gets to make 3 transfers. Each transfer can move 1 ship or 1 rider from one presidency to any other presidency. So, for instance, the director of trade could do this. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And that would be a totally legal thing for them to do. They are not compelled to do this. They don't have to make any movements if they don't want. But the director of trade can make up to 3 transfers. And that goes to, I think it's John.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any initial thoughts on what a good transfer would be in this situation.
Transfer it all.
Yeah,
to
you're in a
Madras.
funny spot. You don't have a power base. Like if you had a presidency, you could suck everything into your presidency.
Yeah.
But here, you actually kind of want each one of these. So like you could make a deal, for instance, that says, hey, I'll keep this boat here, green, but you have to put my rider out to fill that order. Or you could just let it run and let people find their sea legs.
Yeah, I like the idea of like keeping it balanced. I have writers in each one, but I don't know that I know how I would leverage that to say get my writers promoted over the others that are in there. Unless I threaten to take a ship away. I don't know. I'm more interested in just like kind of seeing how things play.
Cool.
Then.
Well, I would say let it hang then.
Well, may I make a suggestion really quickly?
No, please do, Matthew.
If you move the Diligence to the South Sea, I will make sure that I buy the Eliza. That comes to my shipping turn just now. Or just up next.
Sounds like a smart deal to me.
Yeah.
If you do that and I don't have a ship in the Bengal presidency with which to sail, then your writers will not be filling any orders and you'll probably not make any money.
Why would you not have a ship?
Well, he's saying you move this ship over here.
No, I'm talking about the Diligence.
Yeah.
That's also relevant to me because I'm president there too. And
There can still be a ship there, but that one's mine.
But I can move writers, so
Also,
I'm gonna move this writer over here.
there you go.
And I'm gonna move this ship. Where did you want it?
That's good.
Yeah, you know what? All the grease that you've forced me to place into your palm, Drew, is coming back to bite you. So those are 2 moves that I would choose to make.
And you don't have to necessarily make a third move. Okay, so now we come to Pink, who's managing shipping. Shipping basically has a treasury that they have to spend. They can only hold up to $2, so they have to spend down to at least 2 at minimum. And they have 3 things they can do with their money. They can fit a ship for 3. When they fit a ship, they take it from a player's card. They don't need to actually ask for permission or anything, and then they get to put it on a sea zone of their choice. So that's one thing they can do. If all current ships on the table are fitted, they can spend 3 to buy a company-owned shipyard. And I usually put them like up here to show that it's owned by the company, or you can even put them right there. Company-owned shipyards they're nice because they generate bonuses for the company, but they're also super expensive. The last thing that you can do is that you can purchase an extra ship. Extra ships are these red ships over here. They only cost 2, which is great. They're a little cheap. They represent short-term leases, so they're only going to be good for this one turn. All right, so Pink, you may spend your cash.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just spend it all. And I'm going to fit both the Eliza and the Atlas. And the Atlas is going to go, let's say, here. The Eliza is going to go over here. Wait.
We're waiting.
So just to confirm, that means no orders can be filled in Bombay because there's no ship there, correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
So that's what I was saying earlier, John. If you kick a ship out, then this guy's not going anywhere. I know you feel like you screwed me, and you did, but you also screwed yourself. I hope you remember that.
Play yourself.
I'm fine actually. I'm like looking at this, and I think what's messing with me is India's different. It's fine.
Yeah. The numbers are a little different from us.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
So what's the reason for not putting a ship in the Bombay Sea Zone?
For me,
I think
because
MJ
there's
wait.
more money to be made in Bengal with these 2 orders than with these 2 orders. Only by 1, but like or 2, I think. But
All right,
that makes sense.
let's march on to military affairs.
All right, I'm going to. Oh dear, hang on.
So, while you stew, military affairs works a little bit like the director of trade, where you get to make 2 transfers from one army to another army. The things you can transfer are officers, which sit here, and regiments, which are these black discs. They'll have their own pieces eventually. I just haven't made them yet. These pieces here, the army boxes, represent the army strength. I should say that this is kind of a historical note that always needs said. The East India Company divided India into 3 major presidencies, which coordinate all the trade and political activities of the company. So the Bombay Presidency, based out of Bombay, kind of affected this part of the subcontinent, and it had its own little army, which is over here. So these things are all kind of like unified in one like little micro state. So the first thing that the military affairs does is they do their office transfer. After that, they get to assign new officers. They have 3 bright-eyed cadets that they get to send off to any armies they would like to. And then the last thing they do is they check to see if any of the commanders need changed. So if a commander is vacant, it will go to the player with the most offices in that army. The commanders are responsible for deciding what the heck the army does. If another player has more officers than the...
Oh no!
I think we lost him.
Oh, is that Cole? Okay, all right. He'll come back. He'll come back.
He'll come back. Just imagine the countdown.
Then they...
Hey.
I need to have this fixed like before we launch the Kickstarter. Okay, so in a situation where there are more officers than the player who currently has the commander slot, that commander gets demoted into an officer, and then a new commander comes into power. So in this instance, because there are 2 white cadets here, there is the possibility for Matthew to give control of one of the armies to white.
Correct. So I've been fussing over an even split, but I'm wondering if Guerric wants me to do that.
It is tempting, despite not understanding the full ramifications of the decision.
Basically, I could make you... one of your kids could become the commander of the army of Madras, and you're the president of Madras.
Right, that seems tempting, even though I don't fully understand how to leverage that. So I am willing to...
I have an issue with that, especially since I helped you with your ship distribution. That seems a little betray-y.
You
I'm not going to
specifically
call you a
why?
betrayer, but it's a little betrayy.
Yeah.
Give him Bombay.
Well, MJ, I can offer you a fancy.
Hat. Fancy hat.
I was gonna say a what are they called? Promissory notes. How would you like consent for nepotism during hiring from me?
What is?
That sounds great, except I'm not going to be up for hiring anywhere, so that doesn't.
But I am going to use this opportunity to explain what the heck this card means. So, when you hire someone, you are allowed to hire yourself if everyone else consents, everyone that you're passing up. And so if you give someone this consent for nepotism during hiring, it means that you are saying, hey, at some point you can pass me up for your own brat. And I don't know when you're going to call in this favor, but you can have it.
So that's a no on that one, MJ.
Yeah.
How about the 2 pounds or less?
You'll take it.
Look at it.
And you want me to put them in Madras, or you don't care where they go?
Madras. I want an army.
Okay. All right.
Feel attacked.
Okay. All right. Done and done. Oh,
right.
whoa. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what happened?
There you go.
And there we go. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so the last step of military affairs is to check for any commander changes. There is one here in the Army of Madras. This person gets kicked out. Orange is out. White is in. Now, you'll note that commanders are associated. They have these little pennants down, which has a funny frame with a 1 in it. Now, this means that every commander brings their family 1 prestige. We'll talk about prestige later, but just know it's a useful thing to have. And so, if you have an opportunity for getting it, it's a thing that you probably want during the end game. The other way of getting prestige that's built into the game is you have the prime minister. Whoever's holding the prime minister has 2 prestige. So white currently has 3, blue has 2. Okay. So that brings us to the next phase, the presidencies. Now, the way the presidencies work is if they have any governors, they act first, and then the commander acts, and then the presidency acts last. This is like weirdly backwards from how it is in first edition. So what do the commanders do? Well, we have this little handy commander aid card up here, which will probably display sideways because I imported it wrong. But basically, commanders first can buy alliances with the permission of the president. Now, alliances are these little tokens on the board. You can buy the alliances that are associated with your presidency. And when you buy them, you just add them to the president box. And they act like little armies that have strength on them. This replaces the old mercenary system from the first edition. So you don't have to buy alliances, and let's say you don't want any. The next thing you can do is you can take military actions. There are 2 actions, invade and open orders. The way the invasion action works is you roll... sorry, let me think about the right way to explain this. So you have to target a region. At the start, you can only target regions that are adjacent to regions that the company controls or that are your home region. So right now, for example, in Bombay, no one controls anything. So the only region that can be targeted is Bombay. Now, the amount of strength that you expend, that you exhaust, will give you a die for each strength point. So the Army of Bombay has a mighty strength of 1 die. So you, like any other check, you would gather your little die pool, and aha, we have our 1 die. But then the die pool is reduced equal to the level of the tower. So Bombay has a 1 tower, and so you would lose the 1 die. So in this instance, the conquest of Bombay is not in the cards for the commander of the Bombay. Now, they could, if they wanted to get wild, they could ask their president to buy an alliance with Rajasthan up here. And they could use that alliance to roll 3 dice, potentially.
Ooh.
Now, that could potentially generate a lot of loot. The only person who would profit from that loot is the commander. So Blue, if you can convince Green to spend all of their money to buy this, it's not a bad move.
Is all of the loot going to the commander just because they are the only family member in that box, or is that also the case?
So the way the loot works is every region has a number of loot dice on it, these little green dice. You roll the dice and use the high result. So in this case, like you just use the 1. And then everybody who participated in the attack gets that much money from the bank, and the commander who initiated the attack gets a commander's share too. Okay. But I would say, in this instance, I think you can probably wait.
Well, so I am open to this, Lily, specifically because my presidency has nothing to do otherwise, because I can't sail anywhere.
That's true.
So
you could, for instance, Lily, like offer to split the loot, whatever it is. Right?
I would do it if you split the loot with me.
My only concern is if the loot is 1, but otherwise,
or 3.
That is a good point. Let's see, who's taking on? Well, I guess what are the downsides of campaigning? Can you die when you're campaigning?
So,
can she get fired if she rolls badly?
She can get fired.
Okay.
It works a little bit differently than an office fire. You basically get kicked out, and then you roll to see if your guy dies in the retreat. The other downside, well, actually, so this is an upside too, is that when you create a new office, when you create the governor of Bombay, that is a position that the Bombay presidency will get to hire. So there's a patronage opportunity here, and governorships are very lucrative, but they're also something that requires defending.
Yep. Okay, Lily, so I will do it, and you can have any odd numbers because you're taking on more risk in terms of losing an office.
Sounds good to me. I
Okay.
like doing things that seem risky.
Perfect.
You do? With your rolls?
All right. So the way this would work is Lily would ask to buy the Rajasthan alliance, and if the president would consent and spend $5 to buy it, and then Lily, you have the opportunity to spend just this alliance to roll 2 dice. That's 3 minus 1 for the strength of Bombay. Or if you want to roll 3rd dice, you could put the regiment in the mix too.
What?
Now, the only reason why you might not want to do the regiment is that whatever is left up here at the top is like the defensive force. But you probably won't be attacked.
Probably.
Seems like the elephant is pointing this way.
Yeah, the elephant's not. The elephant's not.
Oh my god!
I think we're
just
safe,
noticed
right?
The elephant.
Yeah, isn't that
This
elephant
is
great?
my favorite.
That is a great
piece.
elephant.
Okay. Sorry, I have an obsession with elephants. All right, so I'm rolling 3 dice.
You should see all the elephant decorations we have.
There's only like 20 of them in the house. It's fine.
Oh, I love that. I love elephants.
Well, how many of them are Ganeshas is the thing.
Only 3 of them are Ganeshas.
All right, so the attack fails, but it does not fail so badly that Lily loses her position as commander. So
What was the risk?
now we go to the Bombay presidency. The Bombay presidency has nothing to do. They're out of money, so we're not going to worry about it.
Yep.
So we're going to go off to the Madras presidency. Commander of Madras, do you have anything?
I would probably like to attempt to conquer Madras.
Okay. Madras is a strength of 1, so if you exhaust everything, you would only be rolling 2 dice.
Right.
Do you want to ask the president to buy a local alliance?
Maybe I should ask the president. Hey, Guerric.
You can buy the Nizam here or the little city of Nagpur. Little kingdom of Nagpur, rather.
Let's buy Nizam for $3.
Well,
Right.
so I guess it might be worth asking. I know we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but if the president sails and fills orders, who gets money for filling those orders?
What a good question. So some of these office cards have little green boxes on them, which are the bonuses. Presidents get a bonus for every order they fill, and any writer that is put on the order also gets a bonus of $1.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So I guess Guerric, your dilemma here is like you could theoretically make 3 orders, and then I assume you can't go farther because this is blocking. Is that how that works? Okay. Yeah, so you could make 3 and get 3.
Right. And you would be comparing that against the loot that you would make, which could range from 0 to 6.
Well, one of those sounds better, but does anyone want to convince me to fulfill orders and not go campaigning?
You do you, man.
Well, you are about to get a share in a company that has 0 revenue. So you might want to give it some
0 revenue.
That is a reasonable point. You know, let's play risky. Let's not hire the Nizam.
Oh, but we're still going campaigning.
But we're still going to go campaigning.
I love it. All right.
The
So
least sensible of all the options.
Yes.
all right. So you'll be rolling 2 dice.
Indeed, I will.
Oh boy.
What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, your odds are really good.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope, not enough. Well, didn't quite work. But now we're done with the commander, and you may take your trade action. Now, the way the trade action works is you declare the number of regions you want to trade in. So if you wanted to trade here and here, this is 2 regions. And then any region that is outside of your home region will subtract a die from the die pool. So if you wanted to trade to Madras and Mysore, one of them is outside of your home region, so you're going to lose a die for that. So if you spent 5 pounds out of your treasury, you'd roll 4 dice. Now, when you're trading, you can fill as many orders as there are ships in the region. And when you fill orders, you put riders on them to show they are filled. Now, let's say these 2 riders weren't here and you wanted to fill a 3rd order. After you've used the player riders, you can put a generic rider on it just to mark that it's full.
Got it.
And the reason why they're generic riders is because there was never a shortage of riders in the company. They always had plenty of little peons.
Real quick, Cole, Mar is asking if we should do death checks for the failed.
Oh, yeah. Great. Yes, we should do death checks. Thank you, Mar. So in the Army of Bombay, because, well, wait a second. Let me check something before I wreck something. Okay. I want to make sure that I have this totally clear because it has been a long day.
why are they doing death checks?
I think you only do death checks on catastrophic failure, so I think they're good.
It wasn't a catastrophic failure.
Let me double check. No, if the invasion fails, you roll for a 5 or 6. If it's a catastrophic failure, the commander goes down first. So what we'll do is for this regiment, we roll a die to see if it's lost. It's only lost on a 5 or 6. And then for this one, I'll roll for the regiment. Regiment's good. And then white needs to roll a die and orange needs to roll a die.
All right, I will roll this one. Lovely. See, look at that.
Everybody's good? We're all safe. Okay, Madras, would you like to do some trading?
I would like to do some trading.
I have just a quick question. Do I have the option of declining to be used in this as an officer?
No more than you would expect. You would have the option.
What kind of military hierarchy do you think this is, John?
I don't want to. I don't want to go though.
Well, there's such a a consistent use of consent in this game that I thought it might
Very
actually be
reasonable.
present.
And if you can get a majority of officers, you can become commander and send somebody else to go for you.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to spend the $5 and get 4 dice because I'm attempting to trade with both Madras and Mysore. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's roll these up. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Very
All right.
close.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and put those riders out. You can put 3 riders out.
Yep. Let's see. Looking at money real quick. Lily is $4. John is 3.
All right, and that was 4, 6, and 5, so a total of 15. The company income goes to the company balance sheet goes to £15. All
So,
right,
real quick question.
yeah.
Really, really quickly. So this death check happened even though it wasn't a catastrophic failure.
Any
It happened
failure.
because it failed.
Yep, any failure. If it was a
Period.
catastrophic
Okay,
failure, the only
okay.
difference is that this person drops down first, and then you roll.
Okay.
Yeah, that rule has gone like on and off like a toggle in during development. So if it seems strange, that's why. Okay, all right. The Bengal commander, I take it you don't want to be extremely irresponsible.
Well, okay, so can
Okay.
we hire the
Uh-oh.
mercenaries or whatever they called from anywhere? Oh no.
No, you can only hire them from your region.
Okay.
So in your
you'd have to spend
case-
the £4 for
Yeah.
2.
Oh, Garrett.
I'll be
What?
back.
What's wrong?
Lily's
I
both of you are lost from the table, both Lily and Cole.
What happened, Guerric?
I'm still here. My ping is good with everyone else. What did you guys do?
I mean, I
Oh
feel
wow!
like-
According to the chat, many people just got kicked out of a game of Secret Hitler. No, that's not true. I'm trying to decipher the global chat in ETS, which is one of my favorite things. Like, what game in this day and age has a global chat?
I'm seeing enough people freaking out that there must be some server issue.
Never read global. What if you only read global? So are you guys still? You're all still in the game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I was able to get back in.
Oh,
Oh.
well then, don't worry about it. I'll just watch the stream. I'll just teach from stream. All right. We'll see what I can get.
All right. Well, in the meantime, Lily, I can't fund a mercenary this time. The only one available is too expensive.
Oh, so I will
If you
not
had
do
taken
any
some debt.
actions. Oh, I didn't know that would happen. So
I know.
You can afford
I'm gonna
this
blame
one.
my ignorance.
I
Yeah,
can't
but
afford
if
that
you-
one and also sail reasonably. And I am
Well,
highly.
you can only sail 2 ships anyway.
I know. But
Oh.
that generates 3 revenue for me because I send my own writer. So
Oh,
I
I
get
see,
2
I
off
see,
of it.
yeah.
And then, yeah.
This
And
is
I need
fine.
money because I have none.
I will not do anything ridiculous. So
Oh, I mean, Lily, it's only you roll 2 dice.
a whole 1 die. Yeah, that sounds
Isn't it 2 dice?
fantastic for me.
Isn't there's
minus
this
1.
guy and me? Oh, right.
Yeah, and then it's the -1. So
Hey,
you know,
let's,
me rolling 1
let's
die
roll 1
sounds
die.
like the worst idea in like the history of ever.
I'm up for it. Look, my guy is in there, right in there with you.
Real quick, Garrett.
Put me in, coach.
What's up, John?
So you would have gotten a bonus for the writers that you sent, and then the writers would have
yes.
gotten a bonus.
That's
That'll
right.
happen at the
Here-
end.
that has
That
changed.
happens at the end. Okay.
No, that has changed. So, you'll notice the board, Matthew, is I amended it. So presidents get their bonus and writers get their bonus at the same time.
Is
Yeah,
that now?
sorry, I didn't mean the end. I meant after.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right, Lily,
Okay.
so we doing this or no?
Now we're not doing anything.
All right, then I will spend £5 for 4 dice to sail to Bengal.
Also, Guerric, you need your bonus for your president. You need your 3.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was
Oh yeah, no, it happens after.
Oh no!
Ooh,
Oh,
that's rough.
That's a Lily roll
Look,
if I've ever seen
That's
one.
terrible.
oh my goodness. Okay, so bonuses, just to clarify, after the president is done acting,
Got it.
writers get their bonuses and the president gets their bonus. Did you roll? Wait, how many dice? If you were just trading in here, you need to roll an additional die.
Oh, that's right. I don't have a penalty because there's only 2 ships, therefore only 2 writers. All right.
Garrett,
Come on,
can you promote me to the black player so I can draw lines? Oh, horrible.
Oh dear.
That
Sweet.
does seem like a me roll.
That was definitely a Lily roll. What happened?
Cool. Everything. You know what? This company's fine. So now we go to bonuses. So the way bonuses works is first we do shipyard bonuses. Shipyards, you'll note that the company balance sheet is here. So shipyards will make £2 each.
Hey,
I mean, sorry, whoa, not shipyards, factories. Factories make £2 each.
I was about to get real excited. I was like, whoa, that's a new thing.
New meta. Okay, so yep, that would be there, and then we adjust factory cost. So note that we're in the 2+ band, so we move the factory cost marker. So factories are more expensive because they're such a good deal right now. Then everybody with a fitted shipyard gets $1 per shipyard. So that's 2 for pink, 1 for orange, 2 for green, none for blue. All right, those are the bonuses.
That's even if your fitted ships did not fill orders.
Correct. Yep, they still went out to sea. All right, now we do the company revenue. Now this is usually run by the chairman, but anybody can run it. First, expenses have to be paid. There are 3 expenses that have to be paid. The first one is for ships. The second one is for the army. The third one is for debt. So currently the company has 5 ships. So we lower this by 5. Then we go to the army. Now the way the army works is you have to pay for basically every player piece. So you don't pay for the regiments. They derive their upkeep differently. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-oh.
So we lower that down to 4. Good work, everyone. Then the chairman has to decide how many dividends to pay. Now, each dividend costs 1 per each share. So a dividend would cost 6. We only have 4, so
Can't do that.
no dividends are paid. And then we adjust standing. If no dividends were paid, standing falls 1 spot. Now, the other way standing moves is if 2 or more dividends are paid, standing increases by 1. And if during the paying of expenses you had to take emergency loans, standing also falls by 1. Now, this region loss is very scary. Basically, if the company loses a region, it loses 1 standing, and then if it loses its second region in a single turn, it will fall by 2 standing, and then by 3 standing, etc. Okay, so that is the revenue phase, and we now go to events in India. All right, so the luckiest person should roll this die.
I got this, guys.
No,
Get away!
I'm doing it.
no, don't.
It's already.
You are not the chosen one.
Drew, you're
All right,
not
now,
lucky. You
this
just
is
always
the
choose.
events in India die, and it will tell us how active India is and how bad the storms are this turn. So go ahead and roll that die.
I'll get it.
Oh, I don't like this either.
I've been very lucky.
3.
I don't
Okay,
like
so
this at
first,
all.
there are
Not
storms.
lucky at all.
Yeah, there are storms in the South Indian Ocean. So for each one of the ships here, we're going to go ahead and roll a die for each ship. A 1 or 2, that's fine. It's great. A 4, a 3 or 4, it flips to its fatigue side. And that means that if it gets fatigued again, it's dead. And then the last one, we'll see if it happens. Okay, that one's healthy. On a 6, the ship would be destroyed in a storm and it would be returned to its shipyard unfitted. Okay, so that wasn't horrible, but now we have this 3 that we have to worry about, and that 3 means that there are 3 events in India. Now, the game is going to come with these 20 Ganjifa tiles. They'll have different art on the back, but basically the event deck is powered using them. So the way it works is we're going to resolve 3 events. So you flip a card and you resolve this event in this spot. So turmoil occurs in Hyderabad. Turmoil closes the northernmost order. So when we go to Hyderabad and, looks like the northernmost order in Hyderabad is already closed. Now, when that happens, you close every adjacent order.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
And that means this rider is killed, or they just didn't make it home. And that rider is killed.
Cole, this is terrible.
They
Why
went
would
on
you do this to
holiday.
us?
Sorry.
Oh, you didn't tell
okay.
me those consequences when I was rolling.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
I would have rolled better.
The second event is going to be a crisis.
Oh dear.
So the way the crisis works is the crisis. The top of this card does not refer to the top of that card. It refers to where the elephant is. Now, this crisis. So quick geography, not geography. That's a geopolitical lesson about how this map works. If a region has a little flag on top of its dome, it is sovereign. So here's Delhi. This is the old Mughal Empire. It's sovereign. And it has in its area 2 other flags. It has the Marathan flag and the Punjab flag. Now, what this elephant means is that it indicates the attacker in a fight. So the looming crisis. So Maratha wants to invade Delhi. And when the crisis is flipped, Maratha does invade Delhi. So here we add up the strength of Maratha, which is 2, plus the strength of the elephant, which is 2. So the Maratha strength is 4. And then we look at the defense of Delhi. And how strong is Delhi? Well, Delhi has 1 strength. Now, because Delhi owns Punjab, any strength in the Punjab would also be added to it, but there's no strength there right now. So Maratha wins its independence. The loser always loses a strength point, and the winner gets its flag back. Then the elephant travels. Where does it go? It goes to the Punjab. And because the Punjab is still a dependent part of the Mughal Empire, it points at Delhi. So basically, there was a bad rebellion in Maratha. It invaded Delhi, and now Punjab wants to take its turn. That was the second event.
and why did the elephant move to Punjab specifically?
Because the elephant always moves to the top of this.
Oh, got it.
Yep.
Cool.
And normally it goes to a revolt if it's a dependent state. If it's not a dependent state, it goes to the moon. So you'll note there are these little icons which will tell you where it's going to attack if it's sovereign.
Yep.
All right. The third event is a -1 crisis. So Punjab attacks. It has no strength, and Delhi has no strength, so it is unsuccessful in its rebellion. And then the elephant moves to Madras on the circle, which means now Madras is going to think about conquering Hyderabad next. All right, that is the event phase. Now we go to the Parliament phase.
Hey, Cole.
Yes.
What are the numbers under the names?
Like, what do you mean the numbers
of the provinces?
Oh,
like
those are that's the tax value.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
That's how much tax revenue they produce. Okay,
Something that will not be relevant this game.
well, you guys can turn it around. You can turn it around. We'll see. Yes, Punjab. That is a great point. Punjab can't lose any more strength. So it causes a collapse, which basically means that you have to add you have to close orders, and so we have to add.
Question.
We have to add a little bit more to the map. Sorry, guys. Look at that. It's bad.
Sorry to go back. So
yeah.
you had said that if there's a flag on top, then it's sovereign. How do you know that Punjab was controlled by Delhi?
Because the Punjab, with that. It'll be a little clearer when I actually get this thing working the way it's going to work. But yeah, that gives a sense of it. Okay, so
really quick note: would an army here have affected that?
An army,
regiment or something had been
nope. It would not affect that. Armies only do the things that commanders do, and they can defend only if the place is already controlled by the company.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Let's get to the Parliament phase. Now, this is a fairly recent part of the design. One quick design aside. This game is a lot more fun to work on than Oath or a lot of the other games I've worked on because the design is a lot more rigid, which means I can have a system that doesn't quite work and ignore it for months and then come back to it and fix it and not really worry about it destroying the rest of the game. Whereas an Oath, if we made one small tweak and a house, a room in the other part of the house would just collapse or fall into the earth or something. So it's nice to work in a different way. Okay, so who's the prime minister?
I am.
All right, here's how this works. So the way it works is you're going to draw up to 3 cards from this law deck. Shuffle the deck, and you can draw up to 3. You have to draw at least 1. And the way it works is when you draw it, we're going to put it face up. And this is a law. Now, you can choose to bring this law for a vote, or if you don't like this law for some reason, you could draw another law. And you can do this until there are 3 cards revealed. However, about a seventh of the cards in this deck have a red border. Those are priority laws, and when drawn, you have to do them. And usually they're bad. They're bad things that happen. So let's talk about what the law is. Now, but we're all going to vote on this law, and if it passes, it's going to change how this game works. So this one right here, Centralizing Army Command, military affairs goes away, and we create this new position, the Commander-in-Chief, which basically acts as the super commander. All the commanders become officers, and it's just the Commander-in-Chief that controls all the armies. So that would be what would happen if this law passes. Now, when you select a law to vote on, you pick, of course, the law that will go into effect when you start voting. You also get to decide the policy. Now, that is resolved using this little fun Father Goose track or whatever that game's called. So the way the policy track works is you'll note that there is a symbol on here. The company share symbol, which is an oval with a C, a red C, or a red oval with a black C. Now, what this means is, this is the first time I've ever explained the policy chart, so I apologize if I'm stammering through it. Okay, so here's what you need to know about how the policy chart works. So you'll note that there are 4 different colors. The colors stand for blue is shipyards, pink is manors, yellow is factories, and red is company affairs. So they roughly correspond to these different things, or they do correspond. There's nothing rough about it. You'll also note that there are 3 different policy implications, which are a tax, a minus $1, which means everybody has to pay $1 for each one of that thing. The plus $1, which means everybody gets $1 for each of those things. And then the prestige, which means that thing is worth 1 prestige at the end of the game. And you track that here. So Guerric, if you were to propose this law, you would take the current policy proposal mark, and you could decide to move it around the track either counterclockwise or clockwise. And you have to stop at the first space that matches this. So if you propose Centralizing of Army Command, you are either proposing that everybody who has a company share gets $1 from the bank, or everybody who has a company share has to pay $1 to the bank.
Okay.
Now, if you lose this vote, the player who defeated you will move the policy proposal to an adjacent space and resolve that policy.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
You said matching. What does it match?
So this is a horrible unfinished graphic design, but basically this red C matches red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to draw another law just to see what kind of options you might have?
I very much would like to draw another law because
All right,
I like
draw a law and reveal it. Ooh, luxury tax.
That one.
So luxury taxes during family upkeep, families must pay $1 for each manor. And that would put the, you could choose to put the piece here or here, the policy token.
Fair do.
So, for example, you could propose luxury taxes and then also make it so they're worth prestige at the end of the game. Or you could propose luxury taxes and really screw the rich and include a tax on top of it.
Well, I mean, eat the rich, right? I think we have to go with this one, guys.
Eat the rich. Okay. So The other law card gets discarded. I'll just stick it right there. And now, where would you like to propose the policy? Would you want to go here or here?
Let's take it over here.
Okay, perfect. That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
So
we have nothing to lose but our chains and a
there
world
you go.
to win. The
So
world unites.
this law starts with a popular support of -2, which means it's currently failing. Oh, sorry, at 2. The way this works is if people will vote against it, we advance like that. If they vote for it, it lowers. If it's at the bottom of the track, you spend a vote to flip it over to the pass side.
Got it.
And then it can go up. So we are here right now. Now, how does voting work? So the prime minister will do normally the thing I just did, which is like read the law, put the popular support, tell people what the policy proposal is, and then the floor opens for voting. And any player who wants to speak to the merits or demerits of a law can speak. If lots of people want to speak at the same time, the prime minister decides the voting order. And if you vote for it, the way it works is every dollar you spend is a vote for it, and every shipyard you exhaust is a vote for it. And if you had a factory, it's 2 votes. So factories are worth 2 votes, shipyards are worth 1. So for example, like Matthew could vote, against and exhaust 2 and then advance this track 2. Now, if you vote for it, you move things to the pass side. If you vote against it, you move it away. If you're voting against it, you are part of the opposition, and you track your total number of votes with dice, just to count them. And if the law is defeated, the member of the opposition who spent the most votes is the opposition leader, and they will become the new prime minister. If the prime minister passes, they will remain. If the law passes, the prime minister will remain the prime minister.
So who's ready to vote?
Well, John has the most to lose because he's the only one with a manor.
So I say we all vote against him.
Well, so John, I'm willing to form an opposition coalition with you with my 2 votes, but I'm going to need a little bit of palm greasing.
Of course. I got
Wouldn't
the
expect anything
5-gallon bucket of grease just this morning. I knew I would need a lot.
It's time for someone to sing the song.
Come on, John. Have some standards. Don't negotiate with terrorists.
No.
What? He's working on. It's weird when you sing the song about yourself.
It is very weird. It is very weird.
I'm just here to please be Leonard.
Cole must think we're the weirdest people right now.
That's okay. We're gonna do that.
I do like that consent for nepotism.
Well, the problem, yeah, actually, I would take that. I will vote 2 against in order to grab your consent for nepotism.
And I will exhaust my shipyard. 1 against.
Wait, so does Guerric have to allow people to vote, or is it just whenever you want to, you can throw your votes in?
I'm sorry. Say your question again.
Does Guerric have to, or does the prime minister specifically have to allow?
You do. Yeah, you do have to let people take the floor always.
Okay.
But if lots of people are clamoring, you get to decide the order.
Got it. So I have to say, Guerric, can I have the floor?
I respectfully cede the floor to you, Drew.
I'm surprised. I would have been like,
put a tarp down. We've put a tarp down, though.
The prime minister does not recognize your right to speak. Okay, I have the floor. I will vote against the proposal in order to
All right.
grab John's consent for nepotism.
And then we will mark how many votes you've spent with just a die that can just kind of sit there. Because you've spent the most votes of anyone, you get the leader of the opposition little token here, which is just a tie break. Whoever got there first will get to hold it. And I will say that the way that the law phase is designing the rules so that groups who are playing, especially when you're in person, who want to play fast and loose can play fast and loose. People who want to be a little more formal can be more formal. So for instance, if the floor is generally open, you can just start speaking. It's only when things get chaotic that the prime minister can gavel it to order. So the law is currently, so after everybody votes, usually the prime minister will remind people the law is currently failing. And if anybody objects to this, they can speak. And if they don't object to it, the law will just fail. So like not everybody has to vote. So, for instance, you could look at the popular support and be like, hey, everybody wants this to happen. It just happens. So does anyone else want to speak? Does anyone object to the fact that this law is failing?
I'd like to say a few words.
All right, Matthew, get in there.
I think that this is a ridiculous thing. And I'd like to not only flip these 2 votes against it, I'm going to spend a pound. That's not spending a pound, that's spending a pound.
2, 3. So that's 3 votes. It's down to here.
Would anyone
All
else like
For it to fail. For it to fail.
Yeah, wait. You voted against the law, right? So it would go up.
Oh,
actually.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
You're trying to steal-
I thought
The
you were trying to
betrayal.
save it.
The betrayal.
Okay. Is
not
anyone
trying to
going
save
to is anyone going to rescue this very doomed law?
Oh man, I feel a change in prime ministership coming.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What makes
quite
you do
doomed.
that?
Okay, so the law fails. We add it to the discard. The opposition leader is Matthew, who becomes the new prime minister. And his first act is to shift the policy to an adjacent space. So you can either give every factory owner $1, or you can make everybody pay $1 for each one of their shipyards.
Well, let's make all of the factories that nobody has.
I cannot believe you're not. Well, you've got 2 ships. Never mind. I saw these great.
Yeah.
Didn't read them. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So nobody benefits much from that, but that's where the policy will sit. And we've now made it through your first turn. Good work, everyone.
Okay, wait.
So-
So we only vote on 1 law, right?
Sorry. You only
the prime
vote on
minister
one law.
can draw up to 3.
They can draw up to 3. That's right. And if it was a red law, it would be a priority.
I
Okay.
have one more very important question, and that
Yes.
is: will the box include a gavel?
Probably not, because it's very full.
But what about
I
an
don't know.
add-on?
But
Probably
how
not.
how will
Your own
how will
gaps.
Garric bring this crowd of monkeys to order?
We need a digital gavel. Also, I think Andy's gone out of the chat, but he would mention that gavels are actually not terribly expensive, and you can get really nice ones. So
Ooh.
just get a gavel.
Yeah.
You can use it. It's like a set of poker chips. You can use it for any number of games. Okay, so now we're going to do. Yep, go ahead, Matthew.
Really, really cool question. And it might be because I'm blending some stuff here.
Yeah.
These are discarded forever.
They will be if we run out of cards, they get shuffled back in. Yeah, there's also a possibility that they all get shuffled together, or that there's some other way to bring them back. The only thing that I have a slight objection to in the system is that you can't rescue laws from the discard as easily.
Oh, man. I really wanted that other law. It's okay, though. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll live. I'm happy to be prime minister. I had ulterior motives, but it's okay.
Okay, so now we're going to do the London season. Here's how the London season works. Everyone rolls 1 die for each of their offices. And you can just put the die like near the cards to show that that die is associated with that card. And then how this works is on a 1 or 2, nothing happens. Your guy is as healthy as can be. On a 3 or 4, he's got bags around his eyes, and you put a little fatigue chip on him. In the future, you add 1 for every fatigue chip on an office. And on a 5 or 6, they retire.
Really, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the parliament phase, writers and stuff here refresh, right?
Correct. Yep. So we got to put this guy back. Good point. Armies refresh. Alliances go back. We kind of reset the board. Good catch. All right. So looks like, Lily, you roll a 5 here. Is that what happened?
Yep.
All right.
I'm very
So
skilled at rolling high numbers.
you did a great job. This chairwoman here is going to go sit in the pensioner's box. She's the pensioner now. And the chairman card is flipped over and put on the vacant box's spot. Any other retirements? Was that it? Just the one. Okay.
Wow.
So now Lily will get to be the sole partaker in the London season. So the way this works is after we've rolled our retirements, starting with the person with the chairman marker, they can retire their pensioners. This is how you score points. If your people are not retiring, you are not scoring points. So Lily, you could score this $2 estate or the $4 estate, which would give you 2 points, but would also come with a liability of minus $1 a turn. You do not have to score either. You could just let this person die penniless and be taken care of by the church or something. Now, you may ask yourself, why the hell would I ever want to buy a $2 prize that doesn't do anything? It's because buying a prize gives you entry into the London season. And the way this works is after everybody has scored their prizes, the person who spent the most money this turn on retirements gets first pick at these cards.
Ooh.
Now, one of these cards is face down. And if you are allowed to peek, if you are allowed to pick, you are allowed to peek. So you could peek at this. Secret prestige cards come into 2 categories. There are blackmail cards, which are single powerful effects that are used once and then discarded. And there are hidden agendas, which are scoring conditions. Like if you have the most factories, you get 3 points at the end of the game. Now, and then we have spouses here, which give you prestige points, which I'll talk about in a second. This spouse, John Thorpe here, also has an inheritance, so you can discard him to take 3 pounds. And then finally, we have an enterprise, which is anti-party news. At the end of the turn, if a law fails, you get $5 from the bank. And this is just a power you have for the game. Now, what does prestige do? At the very end of the game, the player with the most prestige will score 4 points. The second most will score 2 points, and the player or players with the lowest amount of prestige will lose 3 points each.
Ooh.
Well, that definitely sounds like I want to retire. I'm gonna person. I might as well.
There you go. So you can peek at that card. I will peek at it so I can. It's an interesting one. I think all 3 of these are very good choices.
I'm gonna go with this.
Take John Thorpe. All right. And then at the end of, so after everybody had picked prestige cards, we always refill the market to 3. All right. Now, you'll note that spouses cannot be transferred, but any card that doesn't say cannot transfer can be transferred. So, like, one could buy this card and then auction it if they wanted to.
But not
Which I do.
spouses.
What would you do? Okay, so that's London season. We now go to the family phase. We're on turn 2, so everybody gets 2 children.
Eric,
What's up?
what's up, man?
You want my
I'm
$2?
gonna cash this in right now.
Ah, you monster.
Okay. So you are the former chairman, Lily. So you will go first, and you still get to go first and pick this.
Okay. I think I'm going to. Oh,
Wait. Yeah, you got
my brain.
Yeah. And do you
Wait,
resolve
can we do
both
both
of
at
them,
once,
Drew? Or that Cole?
What?
I can answer that for you, Gary.
Oh, you do both.
Right, that's what
Do
I
both
thought.
at
both.
once. Okay.
Yep, you do both at once.
Drew, my mouth doesn't work. You know this. All right, now John is up.
All right, John. You've got 6. You could buy another manor. John is currently winning the game with 2 points, by the way.
Get him.
It's not clear that he would win the game because of the prestige and because there's a secret card out, but he's 2 points is not.
He also doesn't have shares, and shares can be worth victory points at the end, can they not?
Correct.
So,
Shares are worth 1 victory point if the company is successful and -1 if the company fails.
This company's in tough shape.
It's got such a line of credit, though. Although the fact that you guys had those collapses happen is rough stuff.
Real rough.
I think I'm gonna buy another. I don't know. The shipyard wasn't all that lucrative. The factories. I don't think anybody else has a factory, so I'm going to buy a factory for the cost of
£4.
£4.
factories are profitable right now.
Yep. All right. So the factory costs 4, and there you go. We move on to Matthew.
Oh man. I've gone through like 3 different things I want to do. One thing I will do is this, and jeez. Yeah, all right.
Okay, I'm going to throw a writer into the Bengal office, and I'm going to throw my other kid to become an officer in training.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. All right, Green.
Is there any way to get rid of shares in the court of directors?
You
can sell them.
You could sell them to players who might want them,
Ooh. Like at any time?
like at any time.
So anyone want to buy a share?
I'd love to.
What is the cost of the-
You have £1, Guerric.
What is the cost?
It sounds like whatever I said it at, right?
It's whatever you want. It could
So
be,
it could be $1.
You could buy, use your deeds. There's an ongoing discussion among playtesters of whether or not you should ever negotiate with your deeds. I'm a big fan of sell the shipyard.
Well, the problem is Guerric doesn't have any deeds.
No, he's got a secret prestige card.
I'd take that secret prestige card and £1 for a share.
And £1? Come on.
Well, I don't know.
How did Guerric get a secret prestige card?
He started with one.
with
Yeah.
it.
The problem is I'm buying blind, so that could be a really shitty prestige card.
You are welcome, Guerric, to let other people peek at it.
And devalue it?
And devalue it.
Drew, if you would like to peek at it, then you may do so.
Okay. Free information. Ooh.
See?
Well, okay, but that's really niche.
No, it's not.
I'd sell a share for £1 and the secret prestige card.
No, that's worth all on its own. You don't need the extra £1. You're going to put
you could this okay, so this is a good time to go through the promises now that you guys have seen almost all the game. Shipyard and factory votes basically says you will use that person's votes as if they were your own. A prestige card in the London display is that that player gets to pick the card and peek as if they were you. £2 or less is just what it says. Consent for. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
So let's say I get Guerric's prestige card. I can cash that in when he is about to get a card.
Yeah, when he's about to get a card before he starts. It's right because he's not allowed to peek. He'd be like, he's like, okay, it's my turn to pick a prestige card. You can say, well, actually, I'm picking it this time. Here's that promise.
So it's basically a free prestige card.
It's free as long as he
having to retire.
As long as he retires. Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, and then so consent for nepotism during hiring. If you are allowed to hire yourself only with the consent of every player you passed up for the position, you can get around that by having consent for nepotism during hiring. And the last one is take an office holder's bonus. So, for example, right before the president of Madras might take some money for a trade, the player with this promise could take it first, or could take it instead. Take it first.
Never mind.
I can give you my Shipyard Factory Votes card.
Like Cole, I like to throw around the deeds too. Like I think
I would love to buy a deed, but Guerric doesn't have any, and no one else seems interested.
All right.
That's a great card. Well, anyway. You know it, Drew. You know you want it.
Nah, it's not that great.
Sure,
there's still a chance that this company might survive.
Sure, I will. Okay, so I should say, in this scenario, profitable companies that like do super well and players get rich, good score might be like 20 points. If a company struggles, a good score might be like 10. If it's a real bad company game, good score might be like 2.
That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah, so, I just want to put things in context.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put a writer in each of these 2 presidencies.
All right. That is the end of the family phase. We now go to the stock buying phase. The company has no debt, so no debt is auctioned or is sold. And then we check to see if there's share creation, which it does happen. Okay. And then lastly, this slides up here. Okay. And then we go off to hiring. Now, this is our first hire. Most of the hiring is pretty straightforward. So, for example, the president of Bombay, as an example, chosen by the director of trade. Candidates are writers and governors associated with this presidency. So generally, when you're looking at these little pools of writers, these are the people in line to get this job. The chairman works a little different. The chairman is decided by an election. In this election, anybody with a share can be a candidate. And the first candidate to secure the consent of a majority of shares, in this case 4 shares, including their own, will become the next chairman. If that can't happen, if people are stonewalling, the previous chairman chooses.
I'm so bummed about this.
I think I should be chairman because I've made the company the only money it's really gotten. I'm holding this company up on my shoulders.
Guerric, I will support you for chairman if you fund both of my offices.
How much funding?
Well, the Bengal presidency is probably the only way we make any money. So
I'm all aboard funding the Bengal presidency. You have to convince me for Bombay.
Who's director of trade? John is director of trade. I think we can probably convince John to move some ships into Bombay because he has a bunch of writers there.
I'm only going to move one because there's only one location that you can trade, unless
but there's also there's also the special envoy. So like whoever becomes the chairman can remove one of these fatigues. Probably that one because it's worth 6. Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't we just do this one then?
Because it's only worth 4.
Yeah, but we already have a 5 open. We've got an army there.
Yeah, so it's either 4-5 over here or it's 4-6 over here. So this is better for the company.
Look, I'm in agreement with Drew about Bombay that I'm likely to move ships over here as long as there's 2 spots.
I will agree if I become chairman.
No, we're not making
to Bombay.
There's no way we're making MJ chairman because he has no incentives. You have no skin in the game in any of these presidencies, so you're just gonna tank it. We don't trust you anymore.
I'm saying I will fund both Bombay and Bengal.
Drew,
But what are you not saying?
What I'm not saying is that I don't have random kids in these presidencies, and you can't you don't have to worry about my entangling loyalties.
I just had to edit the game subtitle to say it's a game of random children.
Perfect.
Drew, you never told me how much money you want funneled into these presidencies.
Well, so you need to take out a bunch of debt because
Obviously.
we have basically no money. So we probably need, I don't know, like 4 dice is probably reasonable. Well, okay. Ideally, in an ideal scenario, we probably put a 3rd ship over here so that we can get all 3 of these orders. That's the most lucrative option. And then there are 2 ships left total, which is these 2 after a special envoy. So Bengal probably needs, I don't know if we want to risk it, but 5 gets us 4 dice, and then 4 here gets us 4 dice as well.
That sounds like you're pushing the company too hard. I can agree to lesser terms if you make me chairman.
Cole, remind me how much money do you get for a debt token?
Each debt you get 5.
Okay, yeah. So it's only 2 debt for 5 and 4, and then there's 1 left to, I don't know, save bank for later, I guess. Yeah, this company needs 2 debt basically, and I will support you for chairman if you put it in these 2 presidencies in whatever proportion you want, whatever you think is reasonable for the dice.
I'll do it if you promise to use my writer on
I will
the
definitely do
port
that
over there. Yep. Okay.
I have a question. So, do we also need to purchase ships or fit ships, I should say?
Well, there's only there's gonna be 3. There's 3 here.
Oh, so that would only be for new ships.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
All right, Drew. I think we have a deal.
Could you get a new ship? Because we do have another ship available. No, I didn't. I bought a factory. Never mind.
Yeah. You can get new ship. I mean, ships just cost 2. Buy some extras.
Drew?
Ships cost 2?
For leasing.
Well,
Extra ships.
if you want to list an extra ship. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I think we have enough ships because there's 3 for 3 orders over here,
we
and
can only
then 2
move
for 2 orders there.
2 with the director of trade, right? Or
3.
You know, it's 3.
Oh, was it
3
3?
transfers.
I thought it was 2 for some reason.
We have the transfers that we need to move the ships where we want them, based on what we talked about already.
Okay.
So yeah, I will vote for. Is this like the law where somebody has to like?
Yeah. So
floor?
Yeah, no. There's no floor. The moment one person is secured the necessary consent, it's over.
Okay, got it. Well, yeah, I consent to Guerric being chairman.
Okay, cool. Congratulations, Guerric. Your shareholder falls into the chairman position. We then go to resolve chairman, and Guerric is up. And I need to step away because it's very late, and I have to get ready for stuff tomorrow. Good luck, everyone. You know where the rules document is. Sounds like you have a very helpful chat too, and Matthew's played it a few times, so he knows what's up. Sorry I couldn't show you more events, Matthew.
No, that was good. That answered a lot of questions, actually. So.
So I'll just say as a word of parting, it's all still in progress, although it is gelling pretty well and it's almost done. But especially on the graphical side, we have lots of fancy layout stuff coming up. Cool. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was a lot of fun, and good luck on the rest of your game. I'll be sure to catch the stream tomorrow.
Thank you so much
Thank you for
coming
the team.
on.
Thank
It was
you.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good one.
But, why does everyone at this table hate the Benyans?
Well,
To be
if
fair,
I may
I'm
remind
actually
the
in company.
Benyans how they screwed over the Walshes and the Sykes.
Yeah, still feeling that one.
I don't know why the Paxtons hate you, but
Also,
I don't know why
What
they
are the
hate me either.
what do the factories do again?
so
Like,
factories are going to be worth whatever red icon
Oh, yeah, that's
is
right.
displayed
Got
on the
it.
revenue, however much revenue we make. So the more revenue the
Okay.
company makes, the less money the factories make.
And and they are 2 votes instead of 1.
Yeah, got it.
Hayes says, "Did you get your free prestige card for becoming chairman?" Is that a
I was
thing?
about to ask. I was about to let you know that you're going to draw the top from the deck.
And I just get it.
Yeah.
What? Man.
Yep.
That's. I'm sad I didn't get that.
Is anybody else disconnected, or is it just me?
Rotten
It's just
Burrow, I
you.
love it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, that's a funny card for you to grab. I am so regretting I didn't buy a ship with this other child. It's okay though.
So does this do nothing
Cats
for
in the
me
cradle.
without a
The
manor?
cascading disconnections have begun.
Yeah, I'm seeing something.
Uh-oh. People going? Let me see if I can...
I'm still on, and the chairman's up.
I'm going to
Debt
save.
time.
I'm going to save real quick.
Oh,
Wait.
I'm gone.
I saved. Yeah, let's see how much we can do before TTS decides to freak out. I will...
I guess it was.
Cole left.
I guess it was Kevin this time.
Well, so there's 6 shareholders, so you only need 3 consent for debt, and I consent to any amount of debt, and then obviously you consent yourself, so that's pretty much the end of it.
Yeah. So we take some debt. That's $5.
Wait, we gotta take 2 debt.
I'm doing things one at a time.
All right.
Let's do it again. Oop. TTS being slow. Thank you, Mar. Okay, and then I will assign $5 to the Bengal presidency. I will assign... How much did we say to Bombay?
I mean, it's how risky you want to be with the dice, but I think only 4 is necessary because there's going to be no penalty for Bombay.
Yeah.
5 gets us 4 in Bengal, and it's more lucrative, so it might make sense to put 1 more in there, maybe. I don't know.
We might do more.
But 5 is fine. That fulfills the terms. 5 and 4 specifically.
Have 4 in Bombay.
Cool.
And then we need to talk about... We need some for the Envoy.
Yep.
Yeah,
we want to get rid of this thing. If we can.
And then theoretically, we want maybe 2 to lease a ship, or are we good on ships? We're good on ships. Shipping doesn't need money then, right?
Yeah, we're good on ships as is.
Well, there should still be 1 ship in Madras.
No, it's 3 over here and 2 over here is the max
3 and
money
2,
we
okay.
can make. Or
Well,
at least
then-
it's the most efficient money making.
Guerric, you may want to lease a ship for Madras.
Well, my understanding is Madras can't sail because Madras's original port is blocked. He has to start here and then go inland. And we could do there, but it's less lucrative for the company.
Got it. No, that's good. I'm good with that.
Which is why we went for Bengal, because there's more money up here.
Pound sand Madras.
Guerric's getting taken care of. He greased my palms. I'm greasing his palms.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm giving you this guy.
That's $1.
Well, you were going to make $1 by sailing here. And also now you're chairman, and you got this crazy cool prestige card for free.
I did get a cool prestige card. I cannot complain
We
about
both
that.
agreed to a deal before we knew that you got that thing.
That's true.
I would have made you give me $1 or something.
Well, if you open up Madras instead of over here, that opens up 2 slots instead of just opening up another 1.
Yep.
Yeah, but it opens up. It's 4 and a 5 versus 4 and a 6.
Well, no, I'm saying it's a 6 versus a 4 and a 5.
Either way, we remove 1 and we get 2 slots. Basically.
No, we remove 1 for 1 here, and we remove 1 for 2 here for access to this one.
Right, but there's still this port existing here, so we're getting 1, 2 versus
Exactly, yeah.
1, 2.
I'm saying if you did both.
We can't do both. We can only do 1 special envoy.
Right.
No, I'm saying like if you sailed at both. Never mind.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I see.
I
I
know
know
what
what,
you're saying. 'Cause
I
you
know
have
what,
two
I know what she's saying.
You have 2
you.
ports open.
You could take another. You could take another debt and put one ship. We could lease one ship, and then we could do all three. We could get these three here, one here, and then two here, or vice versa, whatever.
Well, you would still only be able to do one there because you used your special envoy to take this one off.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you'd
that's
still sail
that way
in
we
all
could get-
three regions.
that way we get 6 orders. It's less efficient in terms of money because we have to allocate some over here, which means another debt token. But it's not a bad idea actually. I like it.
I'm glad that I was at least somewhat coherent for you guys to understand what I was saying.
I do it for the company.
Wait. If that's going to work, you also need to stick 2 in shipping, and MJ has to actually be willing to lease the ship. I guess is the problem there potentially.
I don't know. Is it a problem?
Is it a problem?
Oh, is it a problem?
Do we? Because
sorry.
we only need one over here. We need
we need
an
one more over here
yeah.
because that 6 is super juicy inland.
Yeah.
So then I kind of like our original idea, which was 3 here, 2 here.
I can just give 2 to MJ. We all want the company to succeed, right? MJ?
I guess
wanna
it depends. Is it like one first edition where he has to spend any money that's put in there on something? Do you know, MJ?
2 or less. It has to be 2 or less in the bank.
You can save 2 or less in there. That's right. So if we give him 2, he doesn't have to use it. But if we give him 4, he has to lease a ship.
No. If you give me 4, I could get like 2 extra ships if I wanted.
But so you're not required to spend this treasury, is what I'm asking. Or are you?
I'm not. I do have to spend to 2.
You have to spend down to 2. Okay, so yeah, if we gave you 4, then you're required to do something with it.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't respond to that very well. I'm sorry. I do have to spend at least until I have 2 pounds left.
So if you put 3 in there, Guerric, then that requires him to purchase a ship, whether it's actually it would lease because because then he could just buy a shipyard and not get the ship.
I mean, let me rephrase that. I can't have more than 2 pounds remaining.
Right, and
So
there's other ways.
0.
There's other ways you can spend the money. Is the issue?
Yeah, we can't guarantee that he gets. We can't guarantee that we get another ship without putting 6 pounds in there.
Why not? Why wouldn't I just get an extra ship with these 2 pounds?
Because there are no ships that are not already fitted, and so you could just buy a shipyard for the company for 3 and then not fit the ship.
I think
It would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think MJ wants the company to make money because money is good, right?
I don't know. I'm skeptical.
Are you
I
skeptical,
don't know why you're
or are you
skeptical of
planting the
me.
seed of skepticism through your accusations?
Yeah. I am in charge of shipping and military affairs. I might not be in India, but like I have say-so. I'm interested in seeing us do well in India. I would say keep your eyes on this dude who has a factory.
If Guerric gives you 2
And the
pounds, will
manor.
you lease a ship?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Guerric, considering that there's only 1 region for Madras here, you might want to do 4 so you can roll 4 for the special envoy to make sure you get it open.
Right. I was actually going to say I'm going to take 1 back from Bombay because that's going to be less profitable now, and I'm going to use it for the special envoy.
That's fair. But you also gave 5 here and 2 here, and you only have 5 total to give. Oh, no, wait.
That was a 3rd debt token, and this is with 2 of the money that we had. The money all adds up.
Mm-hmm. Nope, it adds up. We started at 4. There's 15 that he took for debt. We're good.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, cool.
All right.
That's right. We had 1 left over. Okay.
I'm going to end my actions as the chairman. We do special envoy now, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
So spending 4 to attempt to open this port. Remind me, is there a penalty to that?
Nope.
Yeah, none.
Then here we go. Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
No. Oh, this company's going down.
I mean, with that attitude,
Oh god.
Director of
I feel like my
Trade.
bad luck's rubbing off on y'all.
All right. Well, since
Well,
I'm
we still
surrounded
need
by,
a ship here and one ship here, and then I guess. Oh jeez.
well, Drew, I'm going to ask that you don't use my promissory note and put my rider there if I send a ship there.
Oh, I see. You want me to use your writer instead of mine. The promissory note's for promotions, not.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I mean,
Yeah,
here's another thing though. The army, there could be an army in Bombay that clears this and opens this order.
I mean, by that
Wait,
same
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
that same notion, we have an army in Madras which can open this. See, I had a contingency plan because I'm a good chairman.
Well, I understand that. Opening an order in Bombay is more lucrative though.
It's not more lucrative than the original plan we had a minute ago of hitting all three, which we can still do.
Yeah, it sounds like
you want to try to hit all three.
MJ can assign plenty of officers to these two, and then we can do multiple options. We're fine.
I mean, remember that we have to pay for all of this. I'm just reminding everybody. We're going to have to pay for all of these officers and all these ships.
that's what Guerric's point is. I think is that we already have the army in Madras, that we have a decent chance to open this up. Versus we would have to pay. I can't remember what the term was. Not mercenaries.
There's four officers down here that are going to get allocated. So we're going to be fine one way or another. Which is to say, this order will probably get filled. Your guy will get, your rider will get out there, John. Almost.
But I agree with the idea that that we should use Bombay to open that up, I guess.
Well, so then that means we need two ships here.
Yeah. So we're down a ship.
And one ship here. We are down a ship, yep.
But so does that mean we're not going into Bombay?
No, that ship should move over there because MJ is going to purchase a ship and then can put it here, and that maximizes the company income as long as we clear both of these debt fatigue things.
All right.
Well, do we have the military officers for all of that? Because we have to both invade and then open the region.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which is why I think it makes more sense to leave these in here, since we can more easily open and invade this with the army that exists.
He's got 4 to assign. There's no difficulty either way. Like, he's got 4 to assign and 2 transfers?
Plus the local alliances.
Yeah.
All right, is Director of Trade done?
Yeah, I think I made 3 transfers, so yep.
MJ, it looks like you spent your shipping already.
Yeah, so we want this over here?
Yes.
Yep.
And then military affairs.
Okay. I think I'm going to do... It's super lagging for me, so I apologize if that's a big problem.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm gonna take command of this army. And we're concerned about opening Madras, right?
Yes.
Yes. Ideally, we open both.
Both Madras and Bombay?
Yeah.
See, I think you need to redirect some of the officers over from Bengal.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
no, I exactly.
So
I think we can
laggy.
do both.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. It's just lagging. It's
It's okay.
adding to the. Oh, okay, it's normal now. Nope, it's not normal. Oh my god. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So I did this backwards. Let me start over. All right. So what's going to happen is I transfer this up here. Transfer this over here. And then the rest of them are going up here. And oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what it looks like.
All right, we're good.
I want the woman to be the commander.
Oh, we can do that.
Thanks. Okay, and hopefully Bengal's fine. How do we feel about that?
Great. It's got the 1 regiment.
Why is it normal and not lagging when I'm not trying to move pieces?
The Bombay Presidency.
Yep. Alrighty. So, Commander MJ, do your thing.
Should I? Am I leaving money for you, Drew, to roll more dice?
Don't.
Like I shouldn't purchase an alliance?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's why I did this. That's fine. That's why we did this. All right. It's 3 dice.
Wait, so you're spending 3 to conquer and then only 1 to remove the fatigue? Or the chaos token or whatever this is called?
Because we have to do it in 2 actions. 1 to invade, 1 to open orders.
I have to invade in order to open orders. I thought we are just invading over here in Madras.
Let me read again. You may open orders in a region controlled by your president.
Yeah, so I think we need to conquer both regions. That was the whole thing is we have to conquer this, then remove that, and then also conquer this, and then remove the
And you
collapse
don't
token.
think I should get the Sikhs?
Well, if you spend any of this money, then there's no dice to sail with and then actually fill the orders, which is the whole point of it. It's kind of a house of cards, and it's very risky all around. But
See,
Okay, all
this
right.
is why
I
I
just-
thought we should only do it in Madras, but they seem to want to do it in Bombay.
yeah, ideally we do it in both.
Ooh,
Right,
boy.
but that's 2 dice. Is what
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
actually really 1 dice because they're at 1 strength in Bombay. That's why I'm
Oh
confused.
shoot!
here.
I forgot about the penalty. Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah. They both have strength 1.
yeah.
There's no penalty to roll against the debt or to remove these tokens, right?
I don't
Open the orders.
No, let's see. Yeah, there's no penalty for opening orders.
Well, okay. I guess you could roll 2 dice with 3, and then 1 die with 1 in Bombay.
Okay. That will leave no one to defend Bombay. Is that what's happening?
I think we're living fast and loose.
Yeah, what's defense?
Okay, all right,
What is
okay,
this
so
word?
we're rolling
This
2
company's
dice.
already dead. We got to take some risks if we want to keep it not dead. Undead.
It's 2 dice, right?
2 dice. Yep.
Oh my god!
Catastrophic.
All right. Well, okay, here we go. That's where my game is going, I think. And she's dead.
Jeez.
Oh my
And he's
god!
Oh no!
And go ahead and take your rolls, people.
Lily, would you like to go first?
Hey.
And time to test mine.
Who's the commander now if these guys both survive?
Well, let's see if he's
Oh,
Okay, never mind.
you come in on my territory.
oh, I think we lost that fight, guys.
Yep. All right. Well,
Catastrophically.
the Bombay president is now going to sail. Oh my god!
Well, let's pack it up.
Yep, back it up, boys. Time to go home.
Time to go home.
Okay, Madras Presidency is up.
Mara, just in that region, you mean, right? With that commander.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think we smoked all the supply on our ships.
That's exhaust 3 to invade
Do you
Madras.
smoke it or do you eat it? I don't even know.
Who's ready to invade Madras with 2 dice?
Go for it. Roll
Pass
is your
or lose,
oyster.
baby. Oh, fuck.
I think we're failed. I think we're screwed, guys.
Oh, this is it. This is it.
Oh man.
All
All
right.
right, I'm rolling for my guy.
As a quick side
Everyone
note,
roll for their- Okay, I'm not dead.
as soon as you hit the R key in TTS, the randomizer just already has selected a number apparently. But I totally love flipping dice.
Oh no,
I
we
just
have
wanted
we have
point that out,
to keep it going in the air. It's a thing.
Yeah.
though. Yeah, no, I'm all about it. There we go.
Hey, I survive.
All right, let me check my commander. Bad times at the Madras army.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Hey.
Mine
I stole all your
lives.
guys'
John,
good
did
luck
you roll for
rolls.
yours?
Yeah, John's
Yeah, I got a 2.
Okay. All right, moving on.
moving
Madras
right
does
along.
nothing with all that money, apparently.
So who's the commander of the army of Madras?
No one
It
yet.
won't get
There,
decided
it's vacant.
until military affairs
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
next round.
All right, so I can't sail or anything, right? There's nothing the presidency can do, right? Yeah, I can only trade starting in Madras. Okay, on to the Bengal presidency. You have nothing to do with your army, so it's straight to you.
Hey, don't tell me what I have to do with my army.
That's
you
my
don't
army.
have.
Thank you very much.
You don't have
That's
an
Lilith's
army.
army.
Thank you very much.
We have a regiment.
Okay. I roll it back. Lily, what would you like to do with your
I'm
army?
going to spend 5 to sail.
No, Lily, what would you like to do with your army?
It's me first, and I'm not doing anything.
Hayes, we knew it was optimistic. YOLO, baby. It was that or nothing.
Yeah, this company was going to die this round if we didn't get all 3 of those regions, probably.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
And it's still going to die.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I've ever seen
Wow.
that long of a streak of bad rolls.
Hey, Guerric, you still want to
Really, really high bad rolls.
You still want to sell me that secret prestige card for a share. Only the card now.
Nope.
I no longer need the pound.
Don't want it. This is how I feel when I play Bios Genesis. I just die over and over in that game.
I think this game actually is over. No bonuses for anyone in terms of the presidencies.
Presidencies.
Isn't this for
the
bonuses?
shipyards and factory makes money? So 1 for shipyards, and then John is making 3 for his factory.
Yeah.
Nadka, yes, it does, but we're not playing with the deregulation scenario, so no private firms this game.
That's it. Any special bonuses? There are none.
So,
revenue. So much revenue.
Yep, no revenue. So what are our expenses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We have to do
7, 8,
emergency loans, right?
9, 10, 11, 12. I count 12. It's just ships and army, right?
So we need 3 debt. Is that how that works?
That's right. So we need 3 debt. Actually, yeah, we're fine. We're dead next turn.
We're fine.
And then standing goes down because we can't pay a dividend.
Yep.
And
also
standing also goes down again because we took emergency loans. I thought it was 1 per emergency loan, but it looks like it's just 1 move down if any emergency loans. Sorry.
Now, if we lose a region, which we won't, we don't own any of the regions, but
Drew, Mars says it's 15 total. Apparently, you missed something.
Oh, the debt. That's right.
Yeah. Did you add the 2 debt that we had, or the
I
debt
did
that we
not.
had
I
for
just
the
counted
3?
armies and ships.
Oh, it's +3. Yeah.
So we completely null out our debt.
Yep, we're at full. Yeah, we took 3 more debts to get 15, and then zeroed out.
Woo, baby!
Oh man, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
Strong company.
This is not something that could have happened in first edition.
This is so great. Are we done with revenue and all that?
Events in India.
All right. Who wants to be the lucky one to come down and roll?
Wait, hang on. Don't we add 2 more here, or do we have all the debt discs?
All the debt is paid off.
Yeah, so we had 3 previously.
We owed 15, so we took 3 emergency
loans. And we owed 15,
loans.
So we took 3.
Okay.
And then we moved left twice, once for the emergency loan, once for not paying dividends. Okay.
I'm not rolling.
You're not rolling? Who wants to?
I'll roll, guys. I'm doing it.
Come on down.
Good, Drew.
Hey, no. Fake statistics, right? Like, regression to the mean, something. I've rolled all my bad 6s, something.
Wait, what was that?
2 in the West.
Roll that for real. What the heck was that?
I did a silly throw roll.
No,
don't do that.
Fine, it's probably gonna be worse than what I just rolled.
Okay.
2 east. 2
This is worse. There are more ships in the east.
You should have rolled properly from the start.
Wait, what is actually? I'm already forgetting what the number actually stands for.
The number is how many events.
Ships in the east.
We're rolling for ships
that's
in the
right.
east.
That's how many events.
Draw that many events.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I will roll for this one, then this one, then this one.
I rolled for my Atlas.
Oh, you did. Okay, then I'm rolling for
That's
whatever
the Eliza's fatigue.
is. Yep. And
or whichever.
Nice.
Fine.
Everything is fine.
All right, 2 events in India.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
Windfall.
Well, that's hilarious.
What does that mean? Windfall.
It means that any writers here and adjacent in the Punjab could collect some money. But there's
Hey.
salt in the face. Turmoil in Delhi.
That's what I'm talking about.
So what is that?
The northernmost order would close. The
Cascade.
adjacent one closes. Yep. So we just lost that 6.
Yep.
It could have been worse, I suppose.
All right. That is events in India. We move on to Parliament.
I mean,
Oh no!
whoa!
No.
What? Who just
What just
drew
happened?
the board into their hand?
Hold on, I'm working on it.
Rewind. Quick.
What
right.
happened?
You drew the board into your hand.
Drew,
I am
Cole, you
very
are a
sorry.
bad person. Do not allow objects like the map to have the hand toggle. I'm saying this for the
Government's
future when you come
anti-hiccup.
back and watch this.
Stole India.
All right.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna try to do this. So scared.
Red border. Nope.
Oh man, really?
That seems like a draw another one.
I think go for it. Let's see how far we can push this thing.
Well, so I have to do that one, right?
No, it's not red bordered.
It's not okay.
Didn't you say they
I
all have
needed
a
Yes.
big red
It
border?
has to be a red border.
I want to see a red bordered one. Just know what it looks
Yeah.
like. Okay.
Manders are
Not that one.
Yep. Nope.
Oh God, this is hilarious. This is a great time to do this. That would be hilarious.
Yes. Yes. Do it.
I mean, there are no governors, so that would be nice for it to happen now.
Not president. Never mind.
I don't love that makes John the governor general, but
These are all
You'll-
kind of
you'll-
terrible.
These
Yeah.
are all kind of terrible. How dare you, Prime Minister? These are terrible laws. Why would you bring these up before Parliament?
to vote against them. I don't know. If it were a different game, I'd actually try to do this one.
Yep.
Just to get some people to spend money to stop John. I'm terrible though. Okay. All right. It's probably going to be this one. So, people of England.
Oh, wait, hold on. We need to...
It has a popular support of 2, by the way.
Yeah, order. We'll have order, please.
Real quick, don't we need to do this part, the policy thing?
People would like to. Oh, someone moved this already. People supportive of a governor general, and I'm going to move this the same color he said, right?
Yeah, so you can move it to either here or here.
It's the same color as this.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, theoretically, even though they don't actually match.
You know where I'm going to go. Woo! Yikes!
All right, so shipyards are going to be worth prestige if this...
Mar says the marker stays where it is.
Oh, it stays where it is? Why, Mar?
Isn't that how you signify
marker
which
stays where it is?
policy you're pushing when you pick a law?
Yeah. I thought that was the whole point of this system.
What marker stays where it is?
Oh, the
Policy
prestige
marker? Well, the prestige.
The middle one, he says, stays where it was.
Really? It doesn't change to match the card? Weird.
I think this one.
No, I remember that.
This one is. I'm already forgetting, but it's in some way related to prestige, and I think it might be whatever most recently was a passed law.
Got it.
Okay, yeah. Hey, it says it changes if it passes. So if we pass
Yeah,
this, then it would
exactly.
move to this, and then that's where the prestige comes in.
Got it.
Yep. Who would like the floor?
Well, as the newly elected governor general, potentially.
So
I would like to
Now,
cast,
so humble.
yeah, right. I would like to cast 3 votes in favor of myself of passing that because As we've seen, the military strength has really been lacking, and I think I can bring the right leadership to that military and ship shape. So 3 votes. And actually, I'm going to spend 1 more pound for 1 more vote.
Wow.
I think you just pushed the plus button, John.
Oh yeah, I gave myself $1. Isn't that how voting works? You get paid to vote?
Does anyone want to try to fail this bill?
Can we even do it as a unified front?
I was going to say there are 4 total votes and money.
Oh, that's just votes. There's also money.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend any money.
Well, I have 2 votes with my prestige card, don't I?
Oh, that's right.
So we actually have.
So there are
6
6 votes.
Yeah.
So we could, if someone spent £1, we could vote this down.
I've got £1. I'm not spending it. But I fully support the notion of somebody doing it.
Oh, I should point something out also. As Prime Minister, I can't actually use my own votes.
Oh, really? What?
I don't think I can vote for it. No. I'm wrong. I can't vote against it. Sorry, I take it back.
Right, okay.
That makes more sense.
All right.
Okay.
I can't vote against it.
Well, that's a problem then.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
you got money.
I vote for or against with 2 votes.
I'll vote against with 2 votes.
Okay, neither.
MJ, can you spend money? Can you spend money to vote against? You can't use your shipyards to vote against, but can you spend money to vote against your own proposal? Probably not, right?
Probably not.
Can't vote against it. I mean, chat can correct me. I don't see chat, but
I'm double checking.
Believe
we'll see which is.
Seems to be it. I'm not spending any money.
You're not spending any money?
Lily is crickets.
I mean, I've not had much to do here, so
You could spend money to vote against it.
I'll give you £1. I'll give you £1 to do nothing, Lily.
Wow, generous.
ooh.
considering I have no stakes in anything, I will take the £1 to do nothing. Hey.
Oh, you can allow someone else to use your votes to vote against, according to Mar.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds like it passes.
Well, no, I think Mar was saying that MJ could allow his votes to.
Well, but that's only presumably if somebody has the promise for shipyard and factory votes. I guess you could just give it out to somebody
Right.
for free right now and have it cashed in. I see.
Oh.
Do you want to get paid too?
So the issue is, I think MJ doesn't want to give up his prime ministership by doing this.
Well, it's gonna pass.
Yeah, I don't think you would give up your prime minister. You would remain prime minister.
Yeah, I would remain
If it
prime minister.
passes.
One of you would have had to spend.
No, we were talking about the situation
money,
of you
basically.
loaning out your votes. And I'm pointing out that you're not really incentivized to, because then you lose your prime minister position.
Yeah. I also don't know how that works. I'm loaning them out.
With the card, presumably.
With your promissory note.
If you give someone shipyard and
factory
factory votes, promissory note.
Oh, Marsa is just part of the voting system.
I don't think you use the promissory note. I just give consent.
Yeah, that's what
Use
Mars said.
the shipyards to join them. I don't need the
Interesting.
promissory note.
The
I don't know
promissory
if that's
note
what Mars
makes
is
it binding.
saying, but
No,
That-
yeah,
I think
Mars
that's
saying
the
it's
difference.
Mars saying that it's part of the voting system.
Yeah. Like, I don't need to use my own promissory note. I can just give the opposition consent to use either my shipyards or if I had them, my factories. But what Guerric is saying is correct in that I don't know why I would do that.
Right. So that
Then I
Well,
would
it sounds
lose
like
my.
it passes then, yeah.
it passes.
So
In which case, now this moves to the S.
Correct.
And we eliminate the was it Director of Trade? Yep.
yeah. So now
He was fatigued anyway.
I think the fatigue might transfer,
six.
if I'm not wrong. I know there's conditions where the fatigue transfers.
Welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope you remember. You remember that later.
Well, this isn't going to be that useful though, because we don't own any.
There's not going to be a later.
Which is why I selected it out of the two laws that we have.
That's cool. I just wanted the title, really. I just want to put on a business card and go to luncheons.
All right. Well, we would refresh if there were any writers out here. All armies are going to move up. Or officers, rather. And then we're going to go to the London season. So roll for attrition, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Even my
I think
Governor General.
Hey, that is not what I wanted.
I think Mar is saying that the fatigue does carry over.
Well, that sucks. That's okay, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Mar. Thank you.
So I end up with a 5, I believe, because I rolled a 4 and I have a
You have a
fatigue
fatigue,
cube.
correct? Yeah.
So your Governor General retires immediately.
Perfect. But the office still exists.
So this is going to flip and head down here. And the chairman is going to get to choose the next Governor General. And you're going to take your piece and put it over here.
Here you go, John.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations. Were those all the retirements?
My Madras presidency retired. My chairman did not.
Okay. Oh, hang on, John, because it's not simultaneous when you retire.
I shouldn't
It
have given away
starts
that
from the
$1.
chairman. Who's the chairman again?
I am the chairman.
Oh,
The chairman marker.
yeah. So
Now-
you didn't have anyone retire,
I had one. I had the Madras presidency.
and you're gonna go first. So you get to spend.
Who
Do you need a
wants,
loan, buddy?
who wants $1 to give me $1?
I
I'm
think
willing
you're
to,
gonna have to try harder than that.
I'm willing to make deals. I'm in a disadvantaged position, so I'm
Guerric, I will give you £1 in exchange for your promissory note about the prestige cards.
no. Who else is fielding offers?
I also would
Who
like
else has a
$1.
pensioner? Is it just
Yeah.
you two?
Yeah.
Okay.
John, I will give you £1 in exchange for your prestige card promissory note.
That doesn't seem like a good deal because I cannot have it on my own.
Well, I guess maybe I didn't understand that, but it just gives me one before you. You still get to take one after me. Or is that not correct, MJ?
Yes, that is correct.
So you still get to take a card from the London season. It's just I get first pick.
Well, that's not too bad. So I'll do that.
The card says instead. Maybe I'm.
Oh wait, you're talking about the promissory note?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, yes, you are basically giving the one that you would be getting to him.
no way.
Yeah,
Okay, well, it's not worth it for Guerric.
Right,
It might be
that's-
worth it for you, John, because that allows you to get 2 points, and then I get the
Yeah.
prestige card. It wouldn't be worth it for Guerric. That would be silly.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
you're
why I
right,
just
you're right.
flat out said no. But I will make other offers I will trade my secret prestige card. You know how good
I will
it
take
is,
a dollar.
His secret prestige card is worth nothing. Here you go, have a
Drew.
dollar.
That is not true. Lily, would you like a secret prestige card? Lily?
I said no. Sorry.
Got it.
I'm still here. I swear.
You know, I wasn't suspicious that you weren't here until you said you weren't here. So nobody's willing to make a deal for $1?
I don't know, man.
I can give you 2 of my dollars in the future.
Ooh, future dollars.
Future dollars are like now
Future
dollars.
dollars.
Future.
When the company doesn't tank next turn.
Wish this was not something nicer. Just ask for this,
Are you dissing my rotten burrow?
sir. Sir.
Sir, you wound me.
I'm already so poor.
You have $5. The most of anyone.
I mean, that's. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're gonna have to give me something real nice.
Would you like I can offer you very little because I have little place in the company. I don't think I have a bargain. I'm just going to let this person go to the poorhouse. I don't think I can make a good enough deal.
I mean, the thing is, like, did you see what this was?
That one? No. Am I supposed to look at that?
No, I
Only-
just
only to
I think that's what would make you kind of like. That's what would give it a sense of urgency, I guess. Because if neither of these are really nice to you, then I guess it would depend on if you knew what this was. If you don't even know what it was, then it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of in a
All
rough
right.
spot.
So John is the only one to retire.
Well, John, do you want to retire?
That's true.
Yes.
Okay. So where are you retiring to? Ooh.
There's no fancy name for that.
It's the second nice house.
All right.
Or the second
Pay all your
least nice
monies.
house?
I cash in my prestige card to peek and pick instead of you, and I will peek at this secret thing.
I think I'm still winning.
I will take the secret thing.
Gonna give him
Alright.
the anti-party news. Oh dear.
Well, he doesn't get anything, right? Because
Yeah, because it was the
I
promise.
cashed in the
Right,
promissory note,
right.
or the,
Right, and then we're gonna
whatever the
Refill the London season. P-flip.
Isn't it a
hilarious.
secret? Doesn't it have to be a secret?
It-
Oh, they're just shuffled
It
together.
looks like they're just shuffled together.
Yeah, they're all shuffled together.
Oh, interesting.
So at the beginning of the game, they're like whatever they are, and then you shuffle them all together. So we just haven't seen any flip to the top. So for instance, when you became elected chairman, if you flip this over, you'll notice it's got that split. If it had been a black card on the top, a secret one, then you just would have drawn that one.
Interesting.
All right. I think our London season is now done.
Correct.
We're on to the family phase.
I feel like I did something wrong here. Can't figure out what.
We each get one child. We were
man.
not active this year. I did not get to retire, Mar. Lily,
oh
you are
boy.
with child.
So coy. Can we edit this out?
Nope.
Can we edit this out?
Nope, it stays in.
Please.
I will send my child. I was told officers in training make money.
Isn't this
That
game
has
turn
yet to
3?
be
This
true.
is game turn 3. I forgot to move that. You're right.
I mean, if you want to try to save the company, I guess you don't have the money. You should try to go here. People should try to go here if they're interested in saving the company.
Yeah, I don't have money, so officer in training it is.
You should send him somewhere over here.
Why, MJ? Why would that save the company up here?
I mean, it wouldn't save the company, but we're removing debt off the track.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, yeah, you're right.
The other thing is that if you send him to be, or her, to be a writer in one of the presidencies, I know that doesn't sound that great, but if you send them to being an officer, I have to put an officer in training into one of the armies, and it's going to make military expenses that much more expensive. So think about where you're sending your children this round,
But
people.
they can make money. I know it's terrible for the company, but I am in such a bad position right now. I kind of have to do it.
Oh, Hayes, good point. Yeah, factory costs. Or wait, no, went the other way, right?
Oh, yeah, that
factories
totally
are
happens.
super
Big
expensive
money.
now.
Yeah.
Why did they go to the left? Hayes.
Oh, A's is wrong. That's all.
Because they
okay.
follow where this balance is at the top.
Yeah.
So
He would. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. In chat, he was saying they go over here.
He
to
was
the
just
left.
mistaken. That's all.
Maybe he's like
Oh.
more upside
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they would go to the left. They would go to the right, I think.
Nope, you're totally right. They even agree now.
Okay.
So we can move on.
Okay. I don't have access to the chat. I don't know what's going on.
No, that's fine.
I'm having a great time, by the way. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I am having a wonderful time. Thank you for coming.
This company is very scary, and so is India.
Oh, I'm up, right?
Yes.
Guerric is the chairman, so
Yes.
it's clockwise. Sorry, I was like, I was used to going. In my head, I was going last. Okay, so wow, this company is in such bad shape. We can take 2 debt. Oh, we can take 3 debt because MJ's going to buy a share, right, by default, and that removes a debt.
We can take 3 debt. Listen to this guy.
I'm just trying to figure out how this company makes any money this round, and it
doesn't.
gonna be some debt. We're gonna have to fill these 2. I don't even know if it's possible, but we gotta try.
Look where money is. Madras has money.
Madras does have money.
Wait,
so
why
we
am I
open
trying to?
this.
Why am I trying to pitch Madras? I'm not even president anymore. I don't give a fuck.
No, we basically have to open this.
Yeah.
And somehow Bengal has to get money to sail there. That's like our most lucrative option at this point is these 4 orders. Oh, that's not even gonna be enough to pay all of our expenses. All right. Well, to facilitate that, I'm gonna put an officer over here so that we can maybe conquer this stupid thing. Our only hope is to conquer India. We have to invade everywhere.
You are a madman.
Prudence, not in my military.
Oh, this company is so dead. Oh, you're totally right, Mar. I would have noticed that when we got to that point, but you're totally right. Thank you.
Oh,
Hey, Guerric, actually, do you want to purchase a share for
We're way
I don't
past
know.
that. We're way
I'll
past
give you
that.
I'll give you the shipyard. I'll give you a share for your shipyard factory votes from.
No.
Why not?
John, be the hero this company needs. Buy a share.
I have $0.
You don't even have any shipyards. I'll take your promise that it's worthless and I'll give you a share. It'll be great. You'll get a dividend, maybe.
MJ, be the hero this company needs. Buy a share.
I mean, I'm going to end up taking a share regardless. I would have to buy another share.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's suggesting.
Was it my turn already?
Yeah, it's around to you, MJ.
John's just like, yeah, that's
John
what
put
he's
a
saying,
writer
you
in
dumb.
present.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Ba, 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 ba. Oh man, everything is real tight. Lily,
Yes.
how would you like to buy one of my shares for £1? You would just be swapping out one of your color tokens for mine.
I'm okay.
And when
Lily, I'll sell a share for even less. I will sell a share for your least useful promissory note. I don't even care which one you give me.
I'm okay.
Okay, what about
Does anybody want to buy my child?
Whoa, John. Phrasing.
Oh, that's right. How does the ward system work again?
about this prestige card from the London display for £1?
Wow.
For £1, that seems pretty good, Lily.
I'll take that deal, MJ.
Heck, I'll probably
says
take that
yes.
deal.
Hey, who
I'm
going
giving
once?
you £1 right now.
I'll do it.
I am agreeing to the pound, MJ.
I'll do it.
Do you want it?
Okay, Lily. Here you go, Lily.
I'll give you £2, MJ. Wait.
right.
I'll give you £2, but you have to take one of my shares.
Okay, hang on. You're gonna give me £2.
Okay.
I'll give you £2 if you give me that promissory note and take one of my shares.
This is a travesty.
About £3.
No, I need £1 to do something with. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but damn it, I have a plan.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry, Guerric. You're the one who's offering.
No, Drew, I'm offering.
Oh, Drew. £2, not 3. Sorry.
Yeah,
2.
Drew's offering too.
I'll give you £2 and a share for that promissory note.
I feel like we're haggling on the deck of a sinking ship.
Yes, that is exactly what's happening.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm doing weird math in my brain right now.
We should try doing normal math and it would be easier. I thought that was funny, even if nobody else did. Drew,
Okay, so you're saying £2 for the note and to buy one of your shares?
Correct.
Doesn't make any sense, actually. Why am I even considering that?
Because you get £2.
I know, but I'm trying to get rid of one of my shares. I just realized I didn't make that clear to Lily when I was giving this. No one wants shares in the company right now, though.
Because they are negative victory points when the company dies.
Well, I feel I don't want to do this anymore because I feel like I accepted it and then you were tempted to take someone else's offer. So now
I misunderstood what was happening.
Nope, I'm out. Nope, I'm out.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I'll just take £2.
No, now my offer's down to £1.
Oh my god. Okay, all right.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you £1 and you don't have to take one of my shares.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm spending all of that.
You had better retire. Oh wait, these prestige cards aren't even any good. Oh, the law one might work. The law one might be good. Oh, it's not going to be good enough in time.
Okay, all right. Stock buys. One stock buy because we don't even know what's happening.
Oof, look at all those negative victory points MJ has.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about it.
Save the company.
All right. That's the end of stock buys, right?
You know what? Never mind.
All right. I'm going to move us on to hiring, if that's okay with everybody.
Yep.
All right. Governor General is up for hiring. Who?
Where do those candidates come from? The military.
Commander-in-Chief is chosen by the chairman, and it considers officers. If there are no officers, it considers officers in training. And if I promote the commander's last officer, I return the commander to its president, to the president. I don't know what that means.
Wait, what are we looking
Okay.
at?
I'm looking at Commander-in-Chief. I'm reading the wrong one. Governor General, chosen by chairman, any office except governors or the chairman. Got it. That is... What's this card doing? Oh, get out of here. Any office except governors or the chairman. If none, consider writers.
Yeah, so you can basically consider promoting shipping, military affairs, any of the presidencies.
Who wants Governor
commander.
General? No one wants Governor General. That checks out, honestly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, Hayes. I'm going to promote this Bengal president to the Governor General. Congratulations for your new job.
Oh, why?
So the current Bengal president is going to lose their job. Not lose their job, they're getting promoted, but that's
I like
Bombay.
that job.
Do you mean to grab the Bombay one?
Oh, yep. Sorry, it's the Bengal one. You are correct.
It's all good.
Oh no, there's that thing off.
So transfer that fatigue over to the other guy, to the Governor General.
Yep.
All right, and now you need to immediately pick a successor, according to Hayes.
Actually, Guerric, I will give you my shipyard or factory votes promise to promote someone else.
Yeah, I get this. Oh, that's pink. Never mind.
That doesn't feel very tempting, Drew.
It's 2 votes.
Okay.
And it's not like it harms you at all. It's just like free stuff.
Sure, but I'd rather open up a slot that maybe I can take.
You're not taking that one. I'm not promoting you. There's no way.
Well, you miss every shot you don't take, so...
You want to promote me? How about promote me?
All right. Who's got offers for promotion?
I think you should promote me.
That's not happening, Guerric. Lily, I will promote you for your 2 or less promise.
I'll give you my
as long as you don't
promise.
roll like I've been rolling, you're guaranteed to make at least $3 off of the orders.
Well, then why are you talking to her if that's the expectation?
I guess that's not a very compelling argument.
No, it's fine. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Lily is the new president of Bengal.
Ooh.
All right. Here is your card. There you go. Congratulations. Welcome to the company, little writer. You are now a president. And then president of where is
Madras?
Yeah, Madras. Yeah. My brain totally didn't see this guy for a second and I was like, where's the card for that? Why is it not in the Venkat offices? Director of Trade will choose the president of Madras. My mouth has officially stopped working. You can pick from writers and governors associated with that presidency.
You get Lily.
Sorry, what's happening?
My
Drew.
vote's for Lily.
Drew is making a choice between you or John.
Wait, what's the pool?
You're doing Madras presidency, so it's writers from Madras.
Why am I promoting Madras? Oh, that's right. 'Cause
You're
I'm
director of trade.
Sorry.
Are you all turning into pumpkins because it's after midnight?
John, I'll promote you for your 2 or less promise.
No,
Ooh.
you can promote
Promote Lily.
I'm not going to pay for it.
That's not. Oh, I see. You don't want to pay money.
You have to
Promote
promote
Lily.
somebody
Oh, you have votes.
anyway.
No, I can promote you or Lily.
It's Governor General, Mark?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that you have to promote somebody though?
Correct. Do you
Promote
want it to be
Lily.
you, or
Oh,
is
you're right.
it
I
going to
see
be
what you're
Lily?
saying.
Basically, is my question. How about
Sure.
taking office holders bonus? I'd take that one too.
No.
Are you willing to give any of those promissory notes?
No.
I don't really want. Oh, I do want your factory one actually.
Don't want the
Think it should be
job. Don't want to do it.
All right. Sounds like Lily's getting promoted.
Hey, Lily.
Yay! Woo!
I'm so offended.
One less chance to retire, John.
Who's in charge of these armies?
Military affairs.
Oh,
I
right.
think.
I forgot about that.
Okay. I think that is... who got it? Lily got it. Here you go.
Me.
That is all of our hiring, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there a thing that says? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah,
It
it's
says
right
Governor
there.
General
I was
in
just-
the bottom corner.
I was just
Yep,
typing in
okay.
chat. I wish there was just like a tile that you put over it so you could not have the giant director of trade staring at you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I was
But-
saying the wrong thing the whole
okay.
time. Chairman. Why, hey, it's me. This company is shite, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh boy.
Not our fault.
I think it is.
Well, I think we have to take debt. Oh god. Okay, so wait, if we take debt all the way up to this circle, does it fail, or is it if we go past the ends? That's when we fail?
If we have to, if a debt token must be placed,
Because
after
of
the
emergency
last one has been
loans,
placed.
and it
so
gets
yeah,
placed on this
emergency
here. Okay.
loans or something. Yeah.
So effectively, we have 3 debt that we can take without immediately making the company fail. I mean, it's super
And I
risky.
already
but-
know what you're gonna do.
Well, actually, no. There's 5 here. I don't know, Guerric. I feel like we need 15 so that you can overfund this, so that we can conquer. And we probably need to do what we tried to do last time, except this time we need to have enough money to actually hire local alliances. Which means more money in Madras, a lot of money in Bombay, and Bengal obviously needs some to sail to these 2.
I think I'm going to want some assurance from MJ that he's game with the plan to send people to Bombay so that we can do this.
Oh, that's true. Well, I think you have all the assurance you need in his -3 victory points of the company fails.
Yeah.
You know what? You have a point. Let's take some debt. 1, 2. That puts us.
Well, hang on. You need to propose an amount, and you need to get consent from the court. You need
I
at least 4.
am proposing 2 debt at this moment, with the potential for more because I'm not mathing out every single thing.
Consent granted.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Let's allocate some money. Let's put 5 into Bombay to start with, right?
Well, okay. We should try and plan this a little bit. So, if we put, realistically, to conquer a region and then also remove a token and open up an order, we really need 7 probably. strength, like 4 strength minus the 1. What?
I'm here to lead, not to read. We're going to.
I think we need more money here.
I agree. I think what I was going to do is say we need to put 2, 3 into Bengal. How much are we willing to put there?
Well, Lily's doing the rolls. You should probably put at least like 4.
4. That's too rich for my blood.
We have failed all of our 4 dice rolls.
3.
But that was last decade. This is a new decade.
This is a new decade. We're a new generation of all of our families.
Peace in our time.
I love it.
I think this looks like a perfectly adequate distribution of money. Does anyone have a compelling argument for taking another debt and adding $5 more to presidencies?
No. I don't really see one.
I feel like the argument is so that we can open Madras and also... Oh, we don't have enough ships for that, though. Oh, yeah, we do.
We don't have enough ships for it.
We are 1 ship short. Yeah.
We probably still send 1 over here just to try.
Well, but if we get 2 more, we can lease 1. I just think if the company's gonna survive it all, it's gonna need to fill these 2 and these 2 and these 2, which probably means we're gonna need to purchase local alliances for both of these armies. And there's 3, so there's gonna be. They're both going to have 5 strength. Which, if we purchase a local alliance for both of them, is probably enough to get the job done as far as like conquering the region and then also removing a token twice.
Yeah, but have you seen the going rate for local alliances?
I mean, this one's only 3. They're both only 3 for 2 strength. That feels like a good deal.
It does feel like a good deal, but it's money, and money's tight.
Well... We
just roll the
what
dice.
Are our expenses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I hear
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So our expenses are 21, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 needs to pay a dividend. Yeah, we need to fill all the orders.
Forget there's a special envoy, by the way.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, that's right. Oh, we're good. We're good. Just don't fail the special envoy. Oh, but you need to take more debt.
We need money for that.
Actually do the special envoy.
All right.
But that is much less risky than trying to fund the military.
Yep.
So that. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And does anyone
don't miss on 5 dice, Guerric?
Does anyone feel we should allocate $1 of the special envoy funds to anything?
Don't miss on 5 dice.
I don't.
You say that like it could happen.
$1 going once. $1 going twice.
Wait, for what?
For anything. We've got $5. I feel 4 is a decent number. I'm willing to allocate $1 out of it.
I mean, if you're willing to allocate 1, you might as well throw in £2 to give to shipping to throw in an extra ship somewhere. But I don't know if we need the ships. Do we need the ships?
I think we technically do. We need 1.
How do you feel about rolling 3?
Good argument. We're doing this, people. It's time for a special envoy.
With only 3 dice.
With 3 dice. We got this. We're gonna open up.
I'm so scared.
We're gonna open up this port.
Don't be scared, Lily. Be excited.
I'm being scared.
The dice smell fear.
Oh man.
Dog.
What? Did you
You're
just
turning
yell
around.
hot dog?
Yes, I did.
All right.
You never seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, parts of it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh man.
Aren't you like 80 years old? Did you grow up watching it every year?
I'm more disturbed by the fact that you're using a It's a Wonderful Life reference than the fact that you just randomly yelled hot dog.
All right, Governor General is up. We're just going to move on.
That's right.
Yeah, good idea.
What does the Governor General do?
All the things, but a lot of them you won't
Is it
do
still-
because there are no governorships.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, is it still Director of Trade? Like I still have to move ships around? Yeah, okay, it is. Allocate money
Yes.
to any office treasury.
It's only a fallacy if it doesn't work. I like it, Hayes.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like all of this is irrelevant unless what is request pounds from any president?
So basically, what would happen is that there would be governorships in these. Should I try to move it? Oh dear.
It's fine.
Is that only relevant for governors?
Yeah.
If it is, then we
Yeah, we'll just move
Yeah.
on.
So in other words, if there were governors, then all of them would be consolidated into one person. So don't worry about it.
Oh, I see. Okay, great.
And in addition to that, and I'm not just saying that, because of what we're trying to do, you're going to want to skip most of this anyway.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it requires asking for money.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, I have 3 transfers, right?
Yep. Says so on the
Okay.
card.
Guerric.
Oh, that's new. I haven't seen that. Hang on now.
I want your 2 or less promise, or I'm doing this.
Why would you do that?
Whoa.
I mean, that's a real question. Why would you do that?
I have my reasons.
Are they good reasons?
That depends on your perspective.
Why do you want my 2 or less? Shouldn't you be like harassing Lily because she's got 2 presidencies? I got nothing.
I already have her 2 for less.
Then harass her for something else. Like you're trying
Oh, wait,
to get.
actually, here's a question. If the company fails, what happens specifically? Does the game end immediately when the company fails? Is there like a final
Immediately.
retirement? Do we force
There is no
directors
final
out?
retirement.
Interesting.
Successful
game end
company
immediately?
only.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So basically, the game would end in the revenue phase when.
yeah.
Okay. Which means we don't. And when do we have to pay this? Is the real question that I have also.
If at the beginning of this, if the game ends, that's also going to be during a final retirement. So you wouldn't worry about upkeep if the company fails.
Interesting. So if I want to force John out of this thing, I actually need the company to succeed.
Yes, exactly. Which is what Cole was saying earlier when he was saying that lower points are what will happen if the company is failing.
Okay, next question. What is the tiebreaker?
If
If the game ends and there's like someone has equal points somehow.
I
if
think
we
it's
get-
that is a
prestige.
very good question,
It's
and you're not going to like the
prestige.
answer.
Does that recall?
I think that officially in the rules there isn't an actual tiebreaker. when I have asked Cole in a couple of the games I've played play tested, prestige has been the tiebreaker, but that was even in previous iterations. So we could still run with that, but be
rule
aware
book-
that that's very much a testy thing.
The rulebook currently says most prestige, and if still tied.
Oh, he put it in there.
Yes. And if still tied, the second tiebreaker is the first one to sail around the world. So
I don't know
Does
what
it
that
say
means.
that?
But
that's what you have to work with.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Interesting. Okay. Oh shit. Yep. Oh, fine. All right.
Maybe it's a placeholder, like he's gonna put something in there like the kebab cook-off in Pamir's rulebook.
Okay, cool. I I'm fine. So what I need to do is move a ship here, and then that's it. I think shipping office could put the other one there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's it. On to shipping.
MJ,
I mean,
would you like to?
do I even do anything besides get an extra ship?
Well, that's doing something.
I mean, okay. All right. I don't really think we need anyone in Bengal.
I would agree.
I just feel like anywhere I put Lily's children, they become Commander Hastings. So
Well,
it's fine.
doesn't someone have to stay in Bengal? Is because she's the commander, right? Can you move commanders around out of their positions?
Was she the commander?
Yeah, she.
Not bad. It was floating, or I thought it was floating.
Yeah, was she
All right.
commander?
She was.
Okay.
She's been commander of Bengal for a long time because, like, no one. the army of Bengal has never done anything because we've always shuffled everything up to the top two regions.
Would I also be commander for the army of Bombay then?
No, because the previous commander died, and now wherever MJ gets.
Well, it would have. It would check at the end of military affairs.
Yeah, exactly. Once MJ's done assigning people, then you might be the commander, but not.
Yeah, do you want to be commander?
Gotcha. No, I don't really care.
Okay. Good to know. It doesn't matter. You're going to be commander of someplace anyway. Because that's just, well, I don't know, actually. I could do this.
You have a point, Alan. The Bengal commander is the most effective commander in the game so far.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, so Bombay, I don't know why I wouldn't just put them all in Bombay.
Seems reasonable.
The issue is that one of these is going to become the commander, which is still not enough, but there is money for alliances, so I think it's fine, unless I make a transfer from Madras. But do I need to do that? What are we planning on doing in Madras? Just filling these two? We're not trying to open them?
I don't think it was currently on the agenda.
We don't have enough ships to fill more than the two orders, so really you should actually move a lot of stuff up into Bombay so that we can force this order to get opened.
I'm reticent to agree, but I agree. Because the reality is we really want to invade and then open orders. Because
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's still not enough.
Just send my guy up there. Send my other guy up there.
Well, if
you can make me the commander, right? Who picks if there's a tie?
There has to be a majority. There isn't.
So now there's no commander?
Yeah, now there's no commander is the thing.
Are you sure?
I could be wrong.
I just don't remember reading that earlier today. Let me double check.
Well, I guess you could always leave two of Lily's in Madras and move one of Guerric's up, and then there wouldn't be a majority, or there would be a plurality of green. Mar says if it's tied, military affairs picks, actually, so you're good.
Yeah.
So there has to be a commander?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
I'm highly incentivized to go since it's my region, and Lily is not as incentivized.
I promise to do it if you put me there.
We can't put you there. Oh, actually, I guess you could. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I also will promise to do it.
There's no way I don't go because I have no money and no standing. I absolutely need this to succeed. So
we're all desperate here, including me.
I want it to be Guerric.
Oh, why?
I appreciate you.
Well, at least put both of my guys up there, even if you make Guerric break the tie.
And move John's back down.
Yeah, John is in the lead, so he doesn't need any more money.
That's a good point.
These soldiers are like, what is even happening? Okay, so now I'm confused. Does that mean I have to pick a commander for the army of Madras?
You do, yes.
Yes. Oh wait, I'm the president, and I control this treasury, right?
Yes.
Make me the commander, or the army doesn't get any money.
Drew, we went over this earlier when you were calculating. You need this to work.
I know I do.
So what do you?
I want more money.
You're gonna tank your game out of spite? That doesn't make any sense. This is an empty threat. You tried.
To hear it. Here you go, Lily.
All right. Do we move on?
Yeah.
All right. The Bombay
I just want to roll some dice.
commander. I think John and Lily are falling asleep. We're going to invade Bombay. Surprise, surprise.
Well, first of all, do you want to buy a local alliance?
Mr. Bombay President, will you allow me to buy a local alliance?
For your 2 or less promise.
Drew, we just went over this. Do you want to kill the game and lose, or do you want to keep the playing and have a chance to win?
Well, I guess if you don't want to give me the promise, you can just give me £1 right now. So it's like half off.
No, again, this is the same.
Or you can give it to me right now,
this is the
and
same
I'll
empty
cash it
threat.
immediately.
The terms don't matter. You have no leverage unless you're willing to tank the game for everybody, including yourself.
No, it's you could still succeed without the local alliance potentially.
It's unlikely.
You got 3 dice and then 2 dice. That's actually 3 dice and then 3 dice. That's pretty good.
No, because it has a defense strength of 1 with the tower.
Yeah, so you exhaust 4 pieces to roll 3 dice to conquer, and then you exhaust the other 3 pieces to roll 3 dice to remove.
How many pieces are in here?
Including the regiment, there's 7. Oops.
Oopsie. So I exhaust 4, and then I exhaust 2 to get 3 dice.
Oh, I'm done.
You see what I'm saying?
I was counting the commander. I just want £1. It's just one measly
I don't want
pound.
to give it to you for all the reasons I have mentioned.
Well, then I guess you have to do it by yourself.
All right, I guess you might lose the game here.
Wait, really?
He's gonna do it. This is your last chance. I'm about to roll dice.
Oh, come on, Guerric.
No,
I just want
I'm not
one
doing
measly
it.
little pound.
You can be the biggest dickhead you want. I'm not doing it.
All right, fine.
There we go.
I will let you. Oh shit! It's 3.
It's 3.
Yeah, so I still have 4 dice, which has not been a winning roll for me in the past, but whatever. You have to use both of my guys, though.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, there we go.
Oh my god, this game.
1, 2, 3.
£1.
Oopsie. I will go ahead and throw in this one as well, so that gives us 4 dice.
So, yeah.
I just wanted to calculate it for a second. Too many.
No.
Well, guys, it's been fun.
Clearly, the mechanics of this game haven't been tested.
All right. He steps down, and now we roll for deaths, right?
Yep. All right.
Well,
and
but
mine
it
too.
wasn't a catastrophic. Well, yeah,
No,
it wasn't a
I-
catastrophic failure, so you don't lose
You don't
the
step
commander.
down. Yeah. You
Oh, I
just
don't-
have to roll to see if he retires.
Yeah.
If he retires, then you lose him, but otherwise you don't.
Okay.
Or not retires, but if he gets fired.
But I still roll right now, is what you're saying.
You still roll
you
for
still
him,
roll
right?
for him, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So taking me with you, obviously.
All right, I lose 1.
Is it 3-0?
Yeah, 3's
I
nothing.
gave you all those officers.
I know.
Ah,
Oh, I don't roll a death check for the commander. Well, perfect.
yeah, you don't need to roll a death check.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I guess you could roll 2 dice with the other 3.
Okay, so yeah, since I did.
Oh no, it wouldn't matter. No, it won't matter now because we can't open that.
No, opening has
We can't open
no
that spot.
opening has no penalties, so we can do 2, roll a single die, and then 1.
Roll another single die.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do it.
What else do we have to lose?
That's true.
We have literally nothing else to lose. All right, 1 die to invade. Here's the big one.
Although no one's surprised.
Yeah.
Still.
All
I've
right.
never seen it this bad.
This is incredible. The 2 blues need to roll for death now.
Thanks.
I
But
had
no one
no.
take me and
All right, 1 dies, 1 survives.
Oh,
No, only 5 or 6
Oh,
dice.
oh,
right?
you're right. Sorry, yeah, sorry. My brain just added a 1 to the 4.
he just wants me dead.
Apparently.
Wants to kill my kids.
Okay. I see
All
no
right.
reason to bother with anything else.
Yep. I sail for 4 dice.
Wow, this is insane.
Oh, there's a 1.
What the fuck? Excuse me.
That was definitely on its corner and just barely fell over to the
Oh
wall.
my gosh.
You're fine, MJ. I've definitely dropped an F-bomb already this stream. I've been trying
I'm
to
really
avoid it, but I
sorry.
definitely already have.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry.
No, it's really okay.
I definitely
It was
already-
like seeing all 3 of the 5.
I know.
The 1. Just the 1.
This
Oh
is
my God.
absolutely a cursed game, Mar. This is a
Yeah.
cursed game.
Oh, on to Madras.
Lily, would you like to do anything as the Madras president, or are you too afraid of the whims of fate?
No, I will sail, damn it.
Oh, you technically have an army. I guess you could maybe
Oh,
do
I guess-
something.
I do have an army with your people. So let's wait, so I would be going to Mysore, which would be yeah, no, I don't want to do anything with them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
Mark.
actually, the company's dead at this point.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
is.
What is left? There's 4. So there's 9 over here. 9 over here is 18. Plus the 4 is 22, and we needed to make 28 or something. There's 21 in expenses. I'm pretty sure if I counted correctly.
can we run through the end of the round
8
just
dead.
fast anyway for
Yeah, we
the
can
sake
do
of the
that.
stream?
Well, then I will roll 5 dice since we're already dead.
I know anytime we do like an early call, the comments are like, why did it end? So, not that we get You got a 2.
Roll 3
You got a
dice,
2.
but I
Oh,
did
there's
roll
a
2. I did roll a 2. It's okay.
Our expenses are 22, by the way.
Yep.
Times. All right, so I sail to those 2.
So it goes up by
Get
9 to
I
13.
get
Oh, but standing would go down. Yeah.
down,
Yep.
get $1.
Oh, do we do that now?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and get it now. It won't matter. Move on to the Bengal president. Would you like to do the same thing?
Yeah, let's just spend the 3 and see what happens.
Quick question.
Take these 3 5s because they're awful.
Oh, never
What's
mind.
up?
Never mind.
Hey.
Hey.
See, clearly I should have been rolling sooner.
Yeah. D'Artagnan, it was a silly company anyway.
I feel like I should just like make everything even.
Thank you.
All right, 9 more money for the company, so we're up to 22.
See, clearly you guys should have been letting me roll earlier.
All right. Wrong one. Yeah. Bonuses.
So President gets 1, and my writer gets 1, so that's 2 for me. Lily gets 1 for a successful order, plus another for a writer, so it's 2 for Lily and 1 for John's writer.
I think they
So
and then
the
writers'
presidents are going to get £1 per order they filled. So Lily's going to get
per order.
£2
Yeah.
in Madras.
That's right.
And then
Okay.
she's going to get £2 for Bengal.
Yes.
Yep.
And then she's
Okay,
going to
and
get an
then Guerric
additional
gets 1
pound
and I
for
get
her
1.
rider.
Hmm.
Are there any
That's
more
what,
bonuses?
4? Yeah. So you should get £4, Lily.
Oh, I should get 4? Okay.
Because you fulfilled. Actually, she should get 5, shouldn't she? Because she fulfilled 4 orders and got the
I
one.
already took
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I already took it. It's fine.
Okay.
Revenue. Oh,
Shipyards and factory bonuses.
yeah, I knew there was
too.
something else people were forgetting.
Yep. So 1 for shipyards and 1 for factories, because we actually made some money, so we're into this band. Not that it matters, but factories come back down to 3.
And then revenue and expenses.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ships. 7, 8, 9,
It's 22.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
Oh.
22, 24. I get 25, actually.
What did I miss? I must have missed something. Sorry
Are we
about
supposed
that.
to count the regiments?
No,
Because if we don't count the
no.
regiments,
Do not
okay,
count the regiment.
then it's 22. It's 22 then.
Okay.
So then we pay 22 in debt and then
Go to 0.
go to 0 and have no dividends. So we fall to the left.
Yep.
And the company fails.
All right.
Womp womp.
So first,
Wom.
we're going to go to scoring shares. Everyone's going to be negative, except for John.
Yep.
And then we're going to do prestige
how are we gonna-
awards.
How are we going to do that?
I don't know if it actually wraps around to negatives or not. I don't think the rulebook says anything.
Oh, can you not go lower than 0?
I don't think it specifies either way.
That I do not know about. Prestige. So currently, shipyards are worth a prestige. I am regretting that I didn't buy another shipyard. So it's 2 prestige, 2 prestige.
My secret is worth 4 prestige because I have the most promises belonging to other players.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, you monster!
So I have 6
Monster.
prestige. Yeah.
No wonder you were going to offer me £2. I love that he put this in here. I remember that being a wild idea. I love that it ended up becoming hidden interest. That's great.
That's great.
That's really funny.
So that's why I almost put everything in here, because I was like, oh, I can just tank the company, get 4 points off of definitely having the most prestige, and beat John on tiebreaker with prestige.
Mhm.
But then I realized that I had 2 negative points.
Yeah.
So actually, I think I just won if you can't go below 0. But if you can go below 0, then John has it for sure.
Mars
So the other
says that
thing is
they have
that
always.
this is VP. Do you have 4 victory points?
Yeah,
that's-
this isn't prestige.
that's
This is
VP.
victory
Yeah.
points?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
Yeah.
it. Okay,
It's a
actually,
hex.
well then, that's a huge deal. So I just
Yeah,
get 4
it
victory
is.
points then, and then I think I'm tied for the most prestige actually in that case.
So I have 1,
have 2,
2,
right?
plus the prime minister.
Oh, you have the prime minister. Okay,
I
so I'll do second.
do. So that's 4 for me. Does anyone have 4 prestige?
Where do you see the prestige on your shipyard?
Because of
it's
the
just
policy
because of this.
track.
Yeah.
Because once this happened, I was like, I better make sure the game ends before
Yep.
the parliament meets
Okay.
again.
Because I have one shipyard,
You do.
but I think that's the only other prestige I have.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have 4 prestige. And Is Mar or Hayes and Chatton, are they saying anything about negative prestige or
Mar says
negative
that
VP?
they typically play that they go negative, but
It seems
it's not in the rules.
It makes
I
sense to
usually
be allowed
play
to
that
go
it goes
negative.
negative.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Otherwise, it's kind of in games where the company tanks, it would be too easy just to like force tank the company and not have to worry about any negative points because you're at 0.
Yeah,
it's a good note though that it needs to be explicitly in the rule book.
I agree.
Correct,
I'll make a note of it.
So I was at -1, but
-1?
because I
Oh
was
yeah, you
at
have
2
-3.
and And so then what also happens is I have 4 prestige, Drew has 2, and John has 1.
Yep. So that means Guerric and Lily are the lowest and lose 3.
Lily
I
has
have
2.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, you have 2. Okay, so then Guerric is the lowest.
Yes, I am very much the lowest.
Ouch.
Yep.
Okay, so then that means MJ goes from -1 to 3 points off of prestige. I go from -2 to where am I? To 0 off of prestige, and then Guerric sinks to -5.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
What's really funny is that if it wasn't, I don't know, I didn't realize Lily had the spouse prestige because I was really hoping that John would go negative for having the lowest.
Mm.
Yeah, I was too.
I'm glad you guys were rooting against me.
Well, it's because the Hastings family got a spouse.
Well, okay, so then I get 4 points from hidden interest.
Right.
And then I think that's all the points out there, right?
On Thorpe.
Which means I'm tied with John, but I have more prestige than him by 1.
It's funny you didn't end up squandering the inheritance here. But you were doing pretty well, Lily. Money-wise.
Doing my best.
Oh, right, yeah. So then if the tiebreaker, which it's cool that that's now officially in the rulebook, is prestige, then yeah, that's who's by 1?
I have 2 prestige
To John's 1.
and John has 1.
Yep.
So I think I win it on the tiebreaker.
I
There
think
you
so.
go.
Yeah.
Well, that's John Company.
Guerric, that's why I was willing to throw it all away and risk the company tanking, because I was pretty sure that I might be able to win off of that because of that hidden card.
That's fair.
Dallas.
But you also understand
I wasn't just being a dick.
Well, you also
you're saying
understand
you
why
were
I
also being
couldn't
a
assume
dick.
you had this and why I had to play hardball.
No, it totally makes sense. You did good. I just was like, just trying to squeeze as much out of it as I could in case the company continued to succeed and I needed to like get some points off of retirement.
And the real problem is you were trying to manipulate me, who was the last place player, and I knew it.
That's true.
I had absolutely zero incentive to play ball with you.
The problem is you're the only one who had any money.
Yeah, that was too bad.
Oh, wait, hang on. Lily's also commander.
Oh, those are prestige.
Yeah, that's right. So Guerric actually has 1 prestige. Lily has 4 prestige, which actually means she ties with MJ, which actually just means John wins. So I think.
Yeah.
How does the tie work? Do you guys split the first and second
and second,
awards? So you
and
both
then-
get
That I don't know.
If I recall, I read it earlier. It's first and second. Let me double check.
It's probably like Pamir, where you just split the points.
If there's
But
a
yeah,
tie
check
for
real quick.
first, all tied players receive 2 victory points, and any other players receive no victory points.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, so then Lily gets 2 points, and MJ loses 2 points, and I lose 2 points. And then John wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Oh,
John!
I'm so sad.
It's what you get, Drew.
I know, I totally deserve that.
Oh, man.
That was so fun.
That was
'cause
amazing.
I remember when we were playing first edition, we kept talking about, well, it's supposed to streamline it, and I was skeptical because I looked at the board and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But that felt so clean.
Yep.
It's definitely streamlined.
yeah.
The thing that I really appreciate is how augmented and increased the negotiation is. I love everything to do with the promise cards and the secret prestige cards and the normal prestige cards and the whatever these are called, the assets or whatever. Like they're all just
The deeds.
Yeah, the deeds. They all just provide wonderful asymmetry and currency for bartering and negotiating. It's excellent. It's exactly what I wanted out of John Company.
Yep, agreed. John Company first edition maybe was, I feel like I've said this on stream before, but I think it was already my favorite of Cole's games, probably, and I think this one is definitely better in a lot of ways than first. I don't know that I would play first again.
I thought it was Infamous Traffic.
No.
Joko
definitely best.
Okay. Oh, Bestco?
Joko Bestco.
Yeah.
I remember. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say really quickly. Well, this is very, very anecdotally, okay, for people on stream. But I remember in early January, there was this moment, kind of like the Stephen King "Kill Your Darlings" moment, where there was just this question that was kind of, at first it was like, let's just see what this question is, and then it was like, no, really, what if the promise cubes weren't a thing anymore? And as soon as that happened, there was so many wild negotiations that opened up, and like what you could do if you could just trade anything, and like it really. So that's what I mean. I remember that being really scary because it was like, well, it's John Company. What happens if you take away the promise cubes?
No, actually,
Cole
I remember.
was really brave about it. He's like, well, I don't know actually. What happens if I do take out the promise cubes? So.
I remember when that conversation happened in Whirligig, and I actually like made a passionate argument against promise cubes, and then Cole made his hesitant like, all right, we're gonna try not having promise cubes, and I kept joking to Drew for the next like week that I'd killed promise cubes just to annoy Drew. But yeah, I love that Cole was willing to experiment with that, and I love everything that came out of it, because this is so much richer and more interesting than anything the promise cubes provided, which were cute but didn't actually make negotiations interesting.
They didn't. Yeah. The other thing I really like about this is that I remember playing the first edition and kind of being like, I think I got it. I think. But a lot of people that I was playing it with kind of felt like, no, I want to play this like 5 more times before I even try to do Company Under Siege. Whereas with this, I kind of feel like you could play this like once or twice, and then after that, it's still 1710 is solid enough that you could play it and have fun with it. But I do think like you're ready to go ahead and go to 1758 and try private firms and the deregulation rules. And
we worked through the scenarios of first edition recently, and I pretty quickly felt like the 1710 scenario of first edition was pretty hollow, and that the game really wasn't complete without the firms of deregulation scenarios. But I mean, at least after this first initial play, this felt like a much more coherent game on its own. So I'm just even more excited for firms to spice things up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
And again, kind of to emphasize that too, is like this is still fun to play even after you've gone on to play. I think at 1758, which I wasn't expecting after I'd played it a couple times. But like the more that I play it, the more I'm like, like 1710 is actually like a pretty full game on its own.
Yeah. Well, this was great. I will go ahead and shut down the stream. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This was awesome, and we will do this again next week. Without Cole, unfortunately, but we don't need him. We're awesome. So
join us.
On Friday, we will be learning our first coin game, Falling Sky. Well, some of our first coin game. And
Mine.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, it's yours and mine. And then Drew and Mango Feet know what they're doing. And then on Splatter Sunday, we are doing the next scenario in the catch-up expansion, the City Builder scenario. So I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.
Hey, that was a great